Welcome to Ultimate Autographs. If you were looking for the internet's most exciting and interactive live break room, then you have come to the right place. We are opening live break mystery boxes featuring the biggest names from across the sports world every single day. If you're new to breaking with us, we can help break it down and make it as easy to understand as possible. First, head over to the live break page and look for a series that suits your interests. Most of our series will have 8 spots, which represent the 8 NFL divisions, but other sports breaks or mixers may vary. If you purchase one spot, that means you have a 1 in 8 chance to win that item at an extremely discounted rate. Next, click Add to Cart to purchase your live break spot. Once you've completed your checkout, tune into the next available live breaks broadcast on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube at noon, 3, or 6 p.m. Central Time any day of the week. As you watch, you will see your name appear on the screen when your specific break begins. Your name will go into the randomizer and will be randomized a specific amount of times based on that evening's dice roll number. Once randomization is over, the list of names of people that bought into that live break will be matched up with a specific division. If the item that is pulled from the mystery box matches your division, congratulations, you just won an incredible piece of signed memorabilia. Want to guarantee yourself an item as opposed to testing your luck? Some of the series that you see on the live break page can be purchased under the mystery box tab of our website. Those boxes could either be shipped directly to your door or open live on the air before being sent to you. While you are there, make sure to sign up for our Signature Points Club. This exclusive club earns you points toward specific discounts, signed items, or exclusive events each and every time you buy at ultimateautographs.com. The moment you have been waiting for has come. Let's break some signed memorabilia.
And we're back here at the Ultimate Autographs live studio, coming to you live from the city beautiful Burr Ridge, Illinois, on this gorgeous Saturday morning / afternoon, wherever you might be tuning in from. Rob and Chinmay back at you for round 2 here in the Ultimate Autographs break room. We stepped away for a would say a little bit of brunch action. There wasn't a whole lot of munching going on, more of a little bit of rest and relaxation, but we got our minds and our bodies reset and our hands and fingers ready to break some boxes back open. You guys were doing all of the heavy lifting in the 9 a.m. show. One of the more successful, I would say, 9 a.m. shows, Chinmay, that you and I have had since we have had the privilege of working with one another.
Definitely a lot of action. We saw that helmet get pulled.
Yes,
and I know Rob, as a Cardinals fan, is very happy about that.
I was over the moon. I spread my wings and I was trying to fly around like a Cardinal around our different break room. I was already excited about the seeing my boy AB get pulled out. Sad that he couldn't make it to the bitter end for more people to kind of fight over and see if we can get that going. But congratulations to, I'm trying to remember who, and I think this was just Joshua Bateman. Yeah. Joshua Bateman.
Justin.
Justin. Okay. Oh, that's right. He got that in the single because he missed out on the Jason Rosales who sniped him with the Tyreek Hill authentic. So that's correct. So welcome in, everybody. Foog Donner right off the bat. Rob, what's going on, Dougie? Good to see you, my man. So speaking of beginners. Luck and Beginner's Magic. Doug, obviously, was the poster child for that a couple of weekends ago. So awesome to see you again, Foogie. Hope you are relaxing with you and your wife, Feth, or Beth, as I'm sure you referred to her as the day that you guys got married. So hope you guys are enjoying yourself wherever you might be tuning in from on this Saturday afternoon, Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, wherever you might be tuning in from. Make sure to let everybody know about Ultimate Autographs for those that are interested in sports memorabilia and live breaks. We have a lot of great stuff to offer for you guys today, but first and foremost, we have ourselves a potential jersey personal, Chinmay, to get ourselves
We
into.
do have a jersey personal, and I want to get to Brett's question because I think it's a good question.
Yeah.
He's basically saying, like, do his spots go through, or does he need to buy more spots? Once you buy a spot in a break, that spot carries through until that break ends up happening. So currently I see Brett is in the jerseys. He's the only one in that jersey break right now. So let's say that jersey break doesn't happen during this show. That spot will carry over into the next show. So you will always have that spot once you buy into it.
Awesome.
The only way that you would have to buy back in is if that break closes out. Then the next break gets dropped, then you buy into that next break. But until that break closes out, you will have your spot, regardless of the shows. Like sometimes breaks don't happen during the show. Those spots carry over into the next show. You don't have to buy back in for those to kind of reset. They automatically carry over into the next show. Otherwise, it'd be a bit crazy here.
I was going to say there would be a lot of unhappy customers.
There'd be a lot of unhappy people.
There would not be a lot of regulars here in the break room. There would be a lot of one-night stands, and that's what we're trying to avoid. So Brett's saying, hi again, everyone. I'm back from West Plains, Missouri. So hopefully you were tuned there too.
All right. So, I went to school in Missouri.
There you go.
Columbia, Missouri. So I know Missouri very well.
Yeah. So that's nice.
Had a lovely time there.
I was going to say nice connection there. So you were there for 4 years then?
4 years.
4 years. Very cool. What's left in the Morning Wood Jersey series? So that's it's an interesting way of phrasing that, Mr. Insulaco. So you know what Ronnie got me good yesterday. So Ronnie goes by many affiliations, as you know here. He's a man of mystery, as we like to call him here at Ultimate Autographs. He got me yesterday. He got me pretty good yesterday with one of his many. You ever see the movie Split?
I have not.
The guy with the multiple personalities. It's what Ronnie Insulaco reminds me of. He's got the multiple personalities, and that's what Ronnie does here at Ultimate Autographs. But he's a great regular. He's one of our favorites, and we'll get to that in just a moment there, Ronnie. So I wanted to touch upon Chinmay, who you're speaking of Missouri and Mizzou. Are they going into action today?
It's a battle of tigers today. Missouri and Auburn. We're not down on West Plains.
Oh,
we're down on the plains.
Night game tonight. Yeah.
We're down on the plains. I mean, there's games that you want to win for rivalry reasons, like Kansas and Arkansas. There's games that you want to win to create chaos in college football. Like we want to beat Alabama, we want to beat Georgia, we want to have those big time upsets. And there's games that you just want to win because you just don't like some people on the opposing side. That's this game for me. I won't say who, but there's several personnel on the Auburn side that I'm just like, nah, like this would be a better sport without you here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, I know that last week there was a lot of chatter going on when it comes to Mizzou and that Alabama game that happened last week. There was I'm sure you heard about the wager that went on here between Common and I want to say it was you, Mr. Insulaco, that happened with. Ronnie was so confident that Bama would end up covering their spread against Mizzou that I think there was a break spot bet that ended up going on. And Common got the better end of him there because I know, unfortunately, Mizzou, they got their first loss. Didn't really affect their AP poll rankings all that much.
Fell a little bit, but yeah.
But overall, still 5-1 on the season.
Yeah.
But, I was just checking that Auburn, they have 3 wins on their season, but all 3 of their losses have come in SEC play. Mm-hmm. So that'll be definitely an interesting matchup for you guys tonight. So just looking at your alma mater in that game overall, 1.5. Look at that. So it's basically getting around to a pick'em point, but obviously that is in Alabama, so you would kind of expect that to be a pick'em in that situation. So, Mr. Insulaco, just to get into really quickly to show you this bat series before we get set with everything else, because we have a potential Jersey personal out there to get into. Of course, that is optional to be done live on air here. I want to make sure. What was his name again? Jason
Debler.
Jason Debler. So, Jason, my man, if you are out there, we saw your Jersey personal come in before the 12 o'clock show started here at Ultimate Autographs. Feel free to let us know if you would like to have your Jersey break done live. Sometimes you just like the overall surprise, like a Christmas morning level of giddiness when you get that sent to you. Yeah. So, everybody has their own preference. So, Jason, in the chat, feel free to let us know. If not, it will carry on into the next couple of shows.
We'll keep going,
so on and so forth until it eventually gets sent your way, my man. So this is for you, Mr. Insulaco. So you missed a double bat break in the 9 a.m. show if you were not tuning into that one, Roddy. But I got good news for you. Mm-hmm. No headliners were pulled.
Yeah.
One of the best pitching performances ever in a single season for Denny McLain, the Detroit Tiger in the 1968 season. I touched upon that briefly, Chinmay, in that. break. Bob Gibson in the 68-69 season as well. It was the year of the pitcher, as they called it, because it was the reclamation or the recreation of the dead ball era in baseball that hadn't really happened since really the turn of the century. So they actually had to end up lowering the mound overall because of how dominant pitching was getting. And Denny McLain was at the forefront of that. Sub-2 ERA, nearly 300 punch-outs. He was the 1968 MVP. You're starting once every, back then it was really 4 days, but really once every 5 days for pitchers now. And you're winning MVP? That's how dominant Danny McLain was. And then if you're a San Diego Padres fan, the Friars, as they like to call them, we took a trip to the Crone Zone and won a Jay Cronenworth bat as well. But guess what? We have a ton of great headliners here for you, Ronnie. 16 overall, 23 total boxes, getting a little bit less than a 70% chance of getting yourself some of the serious heat. I was going through some of the pictures when Chinmay and I were just going over that Auburn and Mizzou matchup tonight in Alabama. How about this Mike Trout bat? This is the one that I want to focus on really quick. Look at that, the bat. They got a little goat action there on the 27. The Hickory Smoked Mike Trout bat. This is just $59, guys, to get yourself into a single box break or 118 for a double into this series. I believe the double has 6 to go and the single had 7 to go the last time that I checked.
It is interesting that Mike Trout, who I'm sure he has a personality, I'm sure he has emotions.
Better hope his wife isn't listening right now.
He doesn't portray that as much on the diamond, right? He's not like he's not a very like hype guy sort of thing, right? Like he's not a big hype guy.
Yeah.
Right? It's very interesting that he would have the GOAT inscription.
Yeah, no, I
don't like tab him as a big inscriptions guy.
He doesn't, you know what's funny?
Tremendous talent.
No,
tremendous talent.
No,
and the GOAT moniker could very well be appropriate.
It's so funny because like I'm like in lockstep with you on that because he has never been a flashy guy. Like for example, what's left in the Bat Boys? Steven, we're writing the perfect series for you, my man. We're gonna go through every single picture individually of every headliner bat that we have available for you and Ronnie here and everybody else that's interested in this bat series. It's hot off the presses. We just dropped it last night in the After Dark show. We've had 7 boxes go so far, 16 headliners, 23 boxes, or bats, I should say, left overall. But getting back on that point, Chinmay. Yeah, he's not exactly Ricky Henderson, who he had as a headliner in the headliner mixer series. He's not a guy that's popping the chain and he's got all this bravado about him.
You got David Ortiz, you got Alex Rodriguez. Like these guys are sort of like swagging out type of guys. You know?
Well, they're the guys that will stand and watch the ball fly 500 feet and not be afraid to do it. So Mike Trout was, I even remember Trout, one of his most iconic moments. I remember watching it live. I was 13. I was getting ready to go for a travel baseball game. It was in Camden Yards in Baltimore, and Jared Weaver was on the mound for Anaheim. And I forgot whose bat it was off of. It might have been Nolan Reimold, I think, former outfielder for the Orioles. And Trout's elevation, this was a rookie, by the way, in 2012, his breakout year as a rookie. Yeah. He came up in the tail end of 2011. He elevated just to a point that I couldn't believe over that center field wall and robbed Reimold of a home run in right center field. It was one of the most amazing home run robberies I've ever seen. That's what put Trout on the map. And then, unfortunately, the last couple of years, he's just been littered by the injury bug. Yeah. But even if he retired tomorrow, he would still be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He is the best player of this generation. Him and Aaron Judge are the 2 top guys. Of course, Shohei Ohtani. The last number of years has entered that conversation.
My follow-up question was going to be, do you think Mike Trout is the GOAT?
No, I definitely do not. And that's not disrespectful to Mike at all. I don't even think he's the best center fielder of all time. Okay. I would take a guy like Ricky Henderson, not in terms of, I think Trout at his peak was better than Ricky, but Ricky was more versatile. I think a guy like Ken Griffey Jr., Mickey Mantle, Willie Mays, those guys I would take above Trout just overall at their peaks. I mean, Ken Griffey Jr. at his prime has given me 57 home runs and was covering gap to gap and left and right center field. And again, the biggest thing with Trout that Ohtani will be the GOAT.
Yeah, you also have Ohtani. Yeah.
Ohtani, obviously. I mean, we just witnessed, by the way, guys, if you guys missed that game last night, that was a part of a sweep effort for the Dodgers against the Brewers last evening. I mean, you witnessed, if you watched that, I'm even getting chills talking about it, arguably the greatest game that a player has ever participated in Major League Baseball. We're talking about a sport that has been around since literal Civil War times. in baseball history. And we arguably witnessed the greatest performance ever. 3 home runs last night by Ohtani in a series-clinching game that sent Los Angeles back to the World Series for the 2nd consecutive year, and a 10-strikeout, 6-shutout performance against a 97-win Milwaukee Brewers team.
It's unbelievable what he's able to do. It's never been seen before. And, it's hard to compare in baseball. You have pitchers who are dominant. You have hitters who are dominant. Hard to compare those two in terms of the GOAT debate. But yeah, I do agree. I think when it's all said and done, I think Shohei will be the GOAT.
Yeah.
At the moment, yeah, it's tough. There's a lot of great options for who the GOAT is. It's very difficult to determine that. You have the steroid era factor in there as well, but Bonds certainly a name that could be thrown out there as well. Pete Rose, many people believe Pete Rose is in that conversation as well. Pete Rose available
Charlie Hustle,
in this bat series as well. So certainly some options there on the GOAT debate. Mike Trout with the inscription. We'll see if he can have some type of resurgence next season.
We got a lot of stuff to talk about here, guys. So first and foremost, before we get into anything else, let's just get into this dice roll really quickly here. For everybody to participate and take a look at. Last show it was 6. Chinmay, what are you feeling?
Roll with 8 again.
Roll with 8 again. You know what? You and I heard you and I make a pretty good team, so let's just take the same dice roll number as well. And it's going to be 7. So 1 off. It's all good. 10 again for Mr. Hoffman. You always like to go with the number 10. Is there a reason for that? I'm starting to notice a trend with you there, Mr. Hoffman. So 7. I don't see a lot of 7s, at least when I host. So this is hopefully it's a sign of a good show. And let's get going right back into those bats. So got a lot of good stuff to talk about, guys. We also have the Chase wheel spin as well. So let's do that one too, just in case it is the bat, because you know what? Again, I'm gonna make another executive decision here, just because it is fall classic season. It is baseball season. We're gonna be making the baseball series, the Chase wheel spin of the show today. Now, I am saying this now. It's because I don't want to, just because I'm the first dog at the bowl. We're the first dogs at the bowl for the practice squad, which, by the way, guys, fresh out of the box. Nothing has been touched. That is live. That is able to go into. We're going to talk about that a lot. That is the halftime practice squad series. 13 photoed headliners.
15. 15 total headliners.
15 total headliners.
12,
Gotcha.
12
and
photo,
then 12 photoed.
13 or three secondary headliners.
Awesome.
In the baseball series, we are 6 to go in that double box and 7 to go in that single. So some spots there in that baseball series. And like Rob mentioned, the 2 that we pulled in the last show, they were both in the and more section.
Yep.
So of the 23 boxes left, 16 headliners. And we got some pretty good headliners in there. So
69% chance of getting yourself a headliner.
You know what we call that?
Nice.
We would call that nice.
We call that very nice.
If you want to check out the divisions, because it is a little bit different how we break them down. You can do that on the Ultimate Autographs website in that live breaks page. But there are double up opportunities among the headliners. You just kind of have to sort through it a little bit because the divisions are not as clear cut. Because baseball, there's only 6 divisions. We still have the 8 spots for the break.
Absolutely. Let's get into that, Rob. No drooling on the merchandise. Yeah, no, I know. I got the Bolden next to me, my man. Brett said he's excited for everyone.
We have like you can't see it on the screen, but we have like a little bucket next to Rob for all the drool.
Yeah, no, it's actually already tipping over as we speak. So we're gonna have to get some new carpet installed here in the studio. So thank you, Derek, for looking out for me on that. I need a Griffey autograph, says Derek. Yeah, Griffey. I wish we had Griffin this series, man. That would be really awesome.
Ichiro, though.
We do have Ichiro, so any Pirates. So let's get into that. We get a lot of questions. This is the Chase wheel spin. Let's start off talking about it, guys. The greatest St. Louis Cardinal ever, and that is not easily said. There's definitely a debate between Stan the Man Musial and Albert Pujols is the greatest Cardinal of all time. But I think we could all agree that Albert Pujols in his tenure actually came up as a left fielder when he first started as a rookie in 2001. He was an all-star in his first ever season, a multiple-time MVP. I believe he finished his career as a 3-time National League MVP winner. Again, this is off the top of my head. I believe it was 05, 07, and 2010 that he won his MVPs. an excellent first baseman, one of the best postseason performers of his time. Of course, we all remember the 2011 World Series. We will see you tomorrow night. Joe Buck meets David Freese. And what did Albert Pujols do in Game 7, which nobody seems to remember because of the David Freese? Well, he casually hit 3 home runs in Texas, and ended up bringing home the Cardinals' first World Series title since I believe I know it was in the 80s with the Ozzie Smith and Whitey Herzog.
They had to have won before that.
Not more recently. Before 2011, not in the 2006. Oh, 2006, they beat Detroit. You're right.
Yeah, they had
2006, they beat Detroit. That's right.
They definitely,
That was the 83 win Detroit. That was the 83 win St. Louis Cardinals team in 2006. You're right on that. Correct. And then before that, it was the 80s.
Yeah.
Good call on that. Albert Pujols in that series. How about John Smoltz? Excellent commentator now, but he was an even better pitcher in his prime. The Hall of Famer on the Atlanta Braves. So for you guys to know this, we are going by tenure. Does not matter if there's a certain inscription. John Smoltz could have had a Boston Red Sox inscription that says "Go Sox." Guess what? He ain't going to be a Boston Red Sox hit. He's an Atlanta Brave because if it's a tenured level thing. Just like Albert Pujols, he just barely edged out his Cardinals tenure than his Angels tenure. Hard to believe, I know, but that's the truth. Going along in this series, Chinmay mentioned him a moment ago. Arguably the greatest Japanese import that baseball has ever seen, Shohei Ohtani. He's definitely entered that conversation. Some say he could already have surpassed Ichiro, and I would totally understand that argument. But Ichiro, one of 2 players ever to win Rookie and MVP in the same season. 2001, he helped the Seattle Mariners set the single season win record mark with 116 victories in the 2001 season. They are a win away currently from making their first World Series in franchise history. Another great game last night, an 8th inning grand slam by Eugenio Suarez. This is why you make big trade deadline acquisitions, folks. This is why that time of the year matters.
This is why you go for it.
Yeah, this is why you go for it, especially if you're a team like Seattle, if you're a team like Milwaukee, who unfortunately had their season come to an end last night after a very historic season for them. But Seattle looking to march on into the Fall Classic, as the Dodgers will be awaiting either Toronto or Seattle starting next week. How about Adley Rutschman, the former first overall pick, the former Oregon State Beaver in Adley Rutschman in his time with the Baltimore Orioles, the excellent backstop there. Not too many more talented players in baseball history. This guy is a top 10 guy for me, folks. A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez, love him or hate him. You could say that he arguably came into the league with some of the biggest hype ever for a prospect in MLB history. You put him up in recent memory with guys like Bryce Harper, Manny Machado, guys Paul Skeens, and most recent memory, guys with a lot of generational hype. Alex Rodriguez superseded every single one of those, and he surpassed every expectation. As a shortstop, as a third baseman, for his tenure, that's probably going to be
a Yankee.
It's going to be a Yankee.
It's going to be a Yankee.
So he signed that big contract in 2002 with the Texas Rangers, and then the Rangers went on to finish in last place because back then, Chinmay, in the AL West, they only had 4 teams in the West. They finished in 4th place every year that A-Rod was there. So then they were like,
I believe he still won MVP.
So yeah,
A-Rod was still an MVP.
In 2003, I believe he won MVP, yes. So he definitely lived up to his contract there. Just team performance wasn't working. But crazy thing about A-Rod, and this you would actually learn in the 2004 Boston Red Sox documentary series. There was a trade that was supposed to happen that was going to send John Lester and Manny Ramirez to the Texas Rangers, and Alex Rodriguez was going to come back in that trade, and then Nomar Garciaparra was actually going to become a Chicago White Sox as a part of a 3-way trade to move guys and salaries around. But that trade fell through because the union did not agree on the salaries, because unlike now with Shohei Ohtani, who's like, hey, you can make $2 million this year and you can defer it. You can defer all your money as far back as you want. Back then, the union felt very differently about that. They did not feel good about deferring that level of money back then. So that never happened. A-Rod became a Yankee, and then the rest was history after that. Mike Trout, we talked about him. Arguably the most gorgeous bat in this entire series. Right there, the 27 GOAT insignia, the GOAT. I can't believe this, man. Look at the zoom in, too. Look how nice that is for that zoom in. I mean, it doesn't get much crisper than that. Shout out to the marketing department for putting that bad boy together. Very, very nice. This is a maple design bat here for Mr. Mike Trout. This is hickory, I should say. My mistake. This is old hickory. We have some maple bats as well. Awesome Anaheim Angels insignia there. So he is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt, when he retires. We're moving right along. Speaking of Hall of Famers, David Ortiz, Mr. Clutch, you name it, 2004. They don't win the 2000. Yeah. They don't come back from that 3-0 deficit, by the way, which has still never been done in the American League Division Series in 2004. Without David Ortiz, you remember him in the 2013 ALCS. The Grand Slam against Joaquin Benoit. Torrey Hunter is still rolling around in that right field bullpen. So David Ortiz, one of the clutchest hitters ever in baseball history. One of my guys, Pudge, Carlton Fisk, baby. He was really the first big free agent in Major League Baseball history for my Chicago White Sox and just baseball in general. He changed the Sox going from red to white. He helped us win the 1983 AL West division title. And much like this guy helped us win in 2008 and helped us etch a spot in the playoffs. That's Jim Thome. He would be a Cleveland Guardian or Indian. Yep. His days with the Cleveland Indians, he would be listed as a Cleveland Guardian in this case. Awesome human being. I've met Jim Thome on multiple occasions. Just an incredible human being, an ambassador for the Chicago White Sox, 600 career home runs. One of the Buzz Lightyear as a nickname is one of his most popular nicknames that are out there. So shout out to Jim Thome. How about the all-time hit leader? You want to talk about a chance to get an all-time hit leader in any category, an all-time leader in any category for just $59? This can be your series to do so, guys. 118 for a double, 59 for a single. How about Charlie Hustle? You guys need to hustle your behinds down the base path and into these breaks to get yourself Pete Rose. By the way, quick round of applause for Pete Rose for finally getting off of the ineligibility list for the Hall of Fame. Shout out to Rob Manfred for actually being able to make that a possibility. Him and Shoeless Joe Jackson starting next year are both going to become eligible to get into the Baseball Hall of Fame. So
I think they'll both get in.
They should both get in. The Shoeless Joe story is really a tragedy because for those that are unaware, the movie 8 Men Out, if you've seen 8 Men Out, it does a decent job of should have done it before he passed away. Yeah, Ronnie. That's where the Baseball Hall of Fame, my man, that's where it's really, really tough because you get so many guys in the Veterans Committee that they call it. If you don't get on the first 10 years, you become eligible for the Veterans Committee. You got recent guys that passed away that just missed their, enshrinement because the writers took too long for whatever reason or another. And, unfortunately, Pete should have had his moment in the sun. His family will be able to bask in his glory because obviously he's going to get in the first chance that he gets coming up this winter. So good luck to Pete Rose. Rietta's for betting. MLB wants to. Rietta's for betting. MLB wants to. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Everywhere you look, Ronnie.
It's not just MLB.
It's everywhere,
every
man.
League. It's every league.
Every league. Yeah, well, it's a cash cow for a reason, man. So. I'm going around for the rest of the series. So we're going from the all-time hits leader to one of the most underrated, should-be Hall of Famers. His nickname is the Crime Dog, and it's an absolute crime that he's now in the Hall of Fame. Charles Nelson, you would back me up on this. He would go in as Atlanta Brave. Definitely not a Tampa Bay Devil Ray, as he finished. Him and Wade Boggs both finished off their careers. Kind of a funny thing there for the Crime Dog. 493 career home runs for Fred McGriff. Anytime you hint near that 500 home run mark, Chinmay, without steroid allegations tied to you, you should be a shoo-in. Look at Fred McGriff's stats, man. He was an absolute tank to deal with during his playing days in the 90s and the 2000s. How about Mr. Rocky and Todd Helton on the all-maple bat there? Had a chance to meet Todd Helton. In Colorado a couple years ago when I visited. Just an awesome guy. I was actually there for Todd Helton Day, which is really, really cool. Nice. So Todd Helton, really awesome guy. Even a better baseball player. First baseman for the Colorado Rockies. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. for the Toronto Blue Jays. Will he keep their hopes and season alive for the Blue Jays coming up tomorrow night in Game 6, the closest that the Blue Jays have been to a World Series berth since the 2016 American League Championship Series. He's having a postseason for the ages, folks. The $500 million man is just worth $59 for a single box break spot, guys. Make sure to get in this or the chance for the Chase wheel spin as well. Chase Utley rounds out our photo headliners here as a part of this series. The Philadelphia Philly, he will become, in my opinion, a future Hall of Fame second baseman. One of the better second basemen of the modern era. He can hit for a lot of power. Don't talk about how he runs the bases. That's where things get controversial about Chase Utley when it comes to a little bit of his dirty antics as a base runner, but an overall incredibly talented player. And he played on some very talented Phillies teams, won the 2008 World Series as a part of the Philadelphia Phillies. Lee Smith, top 5 all-time in saves with the Cardinals and the Cubs. He would go in as, I believe, a Cardinal, but that would be close, Chinmay. It's a Cardinal or a Cub hit for Mr. Lee Smith. And then Jonathan Papelbon, as we all know, would go in as a Boston Red Sox. So that's going to get us through there. Just hopped in the bat single. If anyone wants to join, Mr. Instalaco, your spots are always appreciated, my friend. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, it's a Lee Smith is a Cub hit.
Lee Smith would be a Cub. Okay, I was going to say it's on the borderline. No Tame Impala on what that would be. So okay,
Lee Smith is a Cub hit. Yep.
So Ronnie brought the single down to 6. So 6 is across the board there. Let's talk about this diamond, man. So the diamonds were super, super popular in the morning show, dude. So we had 2 double box breaks, I believe, right? And the diamonds.
One
we
double
had
and 2 singles.
1 double and 2 singles. Yeah. Okay, so nice. So we ended up having 4 boxes overall, and we had some good ones. We had some goodies go. This one right here next to me certainly can't miss out on this one. With the Anquan Boldin. Look at this drip, man. Just $103 to buy into a spot to earn yourself a helmet that I wish I could say they all look like this. But that's why that's why the drool bucket is overloading. Yeah. So kind of looks something like this. With this level of drip here. So you got the glitter over here. You got the offensive rookie 2003 over there. Very, very cool for Mr. Anquan Boldin. The rest of the helmets we have available left in this series, guys, we still have some great ones on tap. As many people would argue, the most expensive, the most valuable helmet in this series is still here. That's the Myles Garrett for the Cleveland Browns all orange chrome Speed Flex. Yeah. So for Mr. Myles Garrett, former Defensive Player of the Year, sack leader, you got the, I'm trying to see what his signature is. That's like a MG95.
I think so.
Inside of the Speed Flex insignia. So a little bit of a Halloween jack-o'-lantern vibe as I try to describe this as. You know, 'tis the season. We're less than 2 weeks somehow already away from Halloween, whereas the time gone by. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. You're not going to be able to find a Myles Garrett Speed Flex of this variety for $103. This, by the way, for his namesake, for obviously a chrome Speed Flex, that's about as expensive as a Speed Flex can get if it's all chrome. I would say also for the custom orange visor too, Chinmay, that is at bare minimum a $1,500 Speed Flex, and I would say could easily go for about $2,000.
We were looking it up the other show. At $1,300 was probably $1,300 was the price point that I was seeing. Those pretty common as the baseline price point.
That's just the baseline.
Yeah,
and you're not even getting the fixins mixed in with that. Yeah. So that was
the standard helmet.
Exactly for a standard. So then you get the visor, you got everything else.
You got the visor and the chrome. That's gonna add more value.
There's a lot more value left in this series, guys. Puka Nacua, one of the most talented wide receivers currently in the NFL in this series, and the Orange Crush, Bo Nix. Again, keep up with the orange theme here, guys. We have this as well with the custom Speed Flex for Bo Nix. Yeah, he's in the break room quite a bit. He's a break room regular here at Ultimate Autographs. Always good to see Mr. Nix in the break room. For the diamonds overall, guys, you're whittling it away. Almost a 1 and 2 shot, 5 total headliners, 11 total boxes. AJ Green, we're going to assume that is going to be a AFC North hit for his time with the Cincinnati Bengals. If that is an Arizona Cardinal, he's going to join Anquan Boldin up here. So they did not overlap playing days, to say the least, but they're about a decade apart in their Cardinal playing time. But Dwight Freeney as well, we're also going to assume that's going to be an Indianapolis Colt in the secondary headliners. For the D-Train in Dwight Freeney. So if you want to get into the double box break, Chinmay, for $206 a spot, double up action there with Myles Garrett and AJ Green. So always take advantage of those double up opportunities. And I think it's time that we take advantage of our brand new series. Let's crunch the numbers here. So something that I always like to say and remind you guys is that, you know, Chinmay and I may not look like it. I definitely don't look like it. Chinmay much more than me, but believe it or not, we actually have doctorates. Oh. We major in numerology and then we minor in ratios here in the break room. So we know everything there is to know about numbers here in this break room. And guess what? We are fully fledged and fleshed out in this whole series, man. We were actually so kind to you. This doesn't happen often, man, where we actually have a 1 in 2 chance off rip for photoed headliners to match the amount of boxes we have. We have 15 total photoed headliners in this series. Let's go through all of them. Brett Favre, Chinmay's guy, on the jersey here in this practice squad series, just $51 a spot. Keep in mind, for every item that we're about to go through in this whole series. Moving left to right, how about Megatron and Calvin Johnson? You know, you might have to squint at him a little bit, but that's okay because he's on the mini. He played anything but miniature at his time. So we just had one of the, I'm sure you've seen it. If you didn't see it in person, I'm sure you heard about it. The Megatron Decepticon.
Oh, yeah.
Custom Speed Flex that we had that went a couple of days ago. That was, remind me in the chat, I wasn't on the show, guys, when that Calvin Johnson was pulled. Feel free to remind me. Maybe it's one of you out there that are tuning in right now that won that Calvin Johnson. That was a thing of beauty that got pulled out. He is on the mini in this series. How about the little Rondé Barber action in this series as well? The former 2002 Super Bowl champion Rondé Barber. Sadly, his twin is now with him in the series, but I'm sure Tiki's out there hiding somewhere. So we've actually had a Rondé Barber and Tiki Barber co-signed authentic helmet in another recent series. Speaking of New York Giants, though, how about Abdul Carter? There's all this talk about Jackson Dart, Cam Scatterbo, and rightfully so. How about the guy that was the projected runaway defensive player of the year or defensive rookie of the year favorite coming into the season? And Abdul Carter, he's done an excellent job really solidifying a very questionable front seven for the New York Football Giants. That draft class, let's keep a spade here. Chinmay, Joe Shine and Brian Daboll. This rookie draft class probably save both of their jobs going forward for at least this upcoming season.
For a little bit,
at least a little bit. Yeah,
we've seen some good flashes at the beginning of the season. Now, whether it carries on the whole way, we don't know. But for now, they're looking pretty decent.
Vibes are high.
Vibes are high.
Yeah, I mean, after
Vibes are high.
Well, they clipped the wings off of the defending champions in the Philadelphia Eagles. So
Vibes are high.
What was that? 34-17, I believe.
34-17.
Yeah, that was a 3 Cam Scatterbo touchdowns and a Jackson Dart fantasy masterclass that I picked up on waivers, but we won't talk about that. Which, by the way, I had a really tough fantasy decision. I picked up Aaron Rodgers on I was like, but it was one of those cases where it's like, man, this sounds like a good pickup. Cincinnati, Swiss cheese on defense, no pun intended, but like, I didn't start him. And then now I have Dart going up against Denver, but I was like, maybe negative game script. Yeah. He's got the rushing ability. Like, maybe you can run one in, but Rodgers, even though he threw 2 picks, he threw for three touchdowns. Yeah. So, and scored 22 fantasy points. But that's the way that she goes. Speaking of touchdowns, this guy scored a lot more than 3 touchdowns. How about the all-time leader in receiving touchdowns? That Mr. Antonio Gates on the Pro Football Hall of Fame salute to service helmet for Mr. A.G. Antonio Gates, the San Diego Charger. Phillip Rivers, LaDainian Tomlinson, bigger, flashier names, but Antonio Gates, he's kind of the Mike Trout.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
A lot of that, not
soft-spoken a little bit.
Soft-spoken, not flashy, lunch pail mentality, but he put up Hall of Fame, historically great numbers.
Easy Hall of Famer.
He's a top 5 tight end, in my opinion, all time, undoubtedly.
Same. Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
AJ Green, we just mentioned him being a secondary headliner in the Diamonds. Make sure to get into that series, guys. Those are not going to be around forever. But we can guarantee you he's a Bengal on a speed flex in this series. Trying to see what the inscription here is. Probably welcome to the jungle.
Yeah,
maybe.
That's usually what he has.
So welcome to the jungle for AJ Green. That's badass, man. That's very cool. That's one of my favorites for anybody to have on here. You want to talk about underrated? How about an underrated wide receiver in this series in Tim Brown? Hall of Famer for the Raiders back in the day. 8-time Pro Bowler for Mr. Tim Brown. Uber talented wide receiver. Speaking of uber talented wide receivers, we have another one to talk about in this series in Davante Adams on the speed flex. Matthew Stafford has this thing where he makes wide receivers continue to look like legends. He did it with Calvin Johnson. He did it with Cooper Kupp. He's doing it with Puka Nacua, and now he's doing it with Davante Adams. I heard that Davante Adams was washed last year after playing with Aiden O'Connell. Guess what? Guess what? I mean, I'm just you heard the narrative too. I'm just saying.
Sure.
You hear that over the 30 age curve, and he's not the same guy anymore. Well, guess what? He's top 5 in the NFL right now in receiving touchdowns. So I think he's telling everybody to kick rocks. Tay is certainly keeping up his level of play out in LA. Okay, I'm done there. But anyways, Davante Adams, $51 for a Davante Adams speed flex. Like, what are we talking about here, man? I know he's got a special place in your heart.
Yeah.
DeMarcus Ware, 2-time sack leader Dallas Cowboy. It's America's team. It's not my team. But some people call it America's team, I guess. But certainly, anytime you get this star-studded star on the side of a Dallas Cowboys lid, you got to take advantage on DeMarcus Ware, a game wrecker in his day on the line for the Dallas Cowboys. Going from the star to the shoe, we have another. This is a military camo on the Edgerrin James, the Super Bowl champion Edgerrin James.
Was Super Bowl champion?
Yeah, the 2006 Indianapolis Colts.
I don't know if he was still there.
Was he there in 06?
No, because I remember that was the old Dominic Rhodes.
Was it Tom? Oh, yeah. I know Dom Rhodes was on that team, but
Dominic Rhodes and
was he with Arizona at that
Joseph
time?
Adai.
Joseph Adai. Okay, who was he with in 06 then for Edgerrin James? Was that? I feel like that's premature to his Arizona days.
Yeah, he. Oh, so you know what happened?
Was he injured?
He no. So he like yeah, this is weird. I think he left the team.
Really? Huh. Was he just a free agent the whole year?
I don't know.
Interesting. So the mystery of Edgerrin James here.
He's on the roster.
In 06? Yeah.
No, in 05.
In 05. Oh, okay. His Pro Football Reference will have that year figured out for him in 06 for sure.
No, 06 he was in Arizona.
Oh, in Arizona.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he signed in Arizona, but the Colts won the Super Bowl in 05-06, right?
So the 06 season. Because the Pats won in the 05 season, the 04-05 season. They beat the Eagles in 05. And then the Colts beat the Bears in 05-06. Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
He was in
Wow.
He was in Arizona at the time.
I thought 07 was his first season.
But interestingly enough, the late Jim Irsay did send him a Super Bowl ring.
Real? So technically, he's got
a ring.
He's got the hardware. He's got the bling. If you got the bling to show it off,
yeah, he's got the ring.
So we got the Edgerrin James military camo helmet here, with the technicality of being a Super Bowl champion.
Sure,
he is half a Super Bowl champion. And I think in Colts fans' hearts, he is a champion. Yeah. So Jim Kelly. Unfortunately, Bills fans, we can't say the same thing. Joshua Bateman, cover your ears, man. Beautifully designed helmet here. Nice white signature here on the authentic for Jim Kelly. But 4-time Super Bowl appearances, 4 Super Bowl losses, but one of the best quarterbacks in the history of the National Football League. And then, of course, you have this Jalen Hurts card here. So just kind of looking at what the... so a Power Plus autograph. Very, very cool. The Don Russ 2020. This is a 2022 Jalen Hurts card. So that's a beauty right there.
Yeah.
To say the least. Beautifully done, well designed there. I don't see many cards, at least in my limited time here. So I've
seen some slabs.
A couple of slabs.
Seen a couple cards, but yeah, they're very rare.
Yeah, the slabs are rare here, so take advantage of that, guys. Again, this is fresh to break open. We also have Warren Moon, Ricky Williams, hitting holes, smoking bowls. Ricky Williams pressing his way through the secondary headliners, and Frank Gore, top 5 all-time in rushing yards. Mr. Longevity himself out of the backfield. Mr. Touchdown tuning in. What's going on, John? Said good afternoon, fellas. So we got AJ Green in 2 different series. This guy called his AJ Green number. He's a big Georgia Bulldogs fan.
All right.
He bought a college rep the other day with me and Robbie. He said, give me that AJ Green headliner. We had I think, how many college rep headliners do we have? 7?
Well, there's 7 headliners left.
So the other day we had 11, I believe, when he called it, and AJ Green popped right out. Yeah.
You got to manifest it.
Manifested it. Brad looking to see if the Jags can pull an upset win tomorrow morning in London against the Rams with Nakua being out. So, I'm going to save that, actually. I'm going to put that on the back burner, Brett, only because Chinmay and I are going to get to our picks at some point by the end of the show today. This will be for you guys to tune into, so we'll give our opinions on that as we go along here. So the rest of the break room update, by the way, shout out to whoever bought into that double box break for the practice squad. 7 to go there, 8 to go in the single box break, 6 to still go in the quads for the Speed Flex series, guys. I'm going to go into the single box break that's available, which is still at 6. Which, very shocking to me. I'm not going to lie. You guys put in so much great work, but this one is a little bit of a head scratcher to me. $148 for a Speed Flex in this series. 12 headliners out of 16 available boxes. Around a 75% chance, 3 in 4 shot that you can get one of these photoed headliners available. on a SpeedFlix for just $148. It doesn't matter who you get in this. Let's say it's a headliner, Chinmay. Doesn't matter who you get. You're going to be 3, 4, 5 easily times Xing your value just for that alone. How about the defensive GOAT, as he likes to call himself, the D-GOAT? Is OJ in the jersey, says Mr. Insulaco. He is. OJ Simpson is indeed still in the jerseys, alongside Brett Favre, Mike Ditka, Dan Marino, and Terry Bradshaw. They are all still available there, Mr. Insulaco. Hype Man Henry said, sup. Sup, Henry? What's going on, man?
How's it going?
Happy Saturday afternoon to you, my friend.
We are 3 to go in that baseball double now.
Whew, I'm ready.
People are liking that baseball double, and why not? 16 headliners available in 23 boxes, so plenty of headliners out there, plenty of double-up opportunities. Get in that baseball double, and you also get in the Chase wheel spin, too, if you get in that baseball double.
Follow the sound of Chinmay's voice and follow my pen on the bottom of the screen. You could do either one, guys. I was just leading right into that. Chase wheel spin as soon as that double box break is open. Cool thing about a Chase wheel spin and a double box break, Chinmay, is that your names get put in twice. So just naturally in hand. Now, of course, that applies to everybody, but, again, just naturally gives yourself another name dropped into the metaphorical hat to get pulled out by the end of the show. So, Kane, what's going on? Kane said, do you do the drawing once all the spots are filled? Correctamundo. So, once we do a division break.
So
now,
I see Kane in the single.
For the baseball
For
bet?
the baseball.
Okay,
I
so
see
cool.
Kane in the single. So there's 6 spots to go there. So once those 6 spots fill up in the single, then we'll do that single box break.
Perfect.
But yes, we do wait for the spots to fill up.
So I'm going to go into the Speed Flex series in just a second, guys, to break that down for you. But Kane, just to give you a literal example of what you're into, like what Chinmay just broke down, you have 6 spots available left. So like Chinmay said, once those are all cleared out, what we're going to do is we end up doing a randomizer where we end up randomizing every single one of your guys' names, and then we put them into what's called a division randomizer break. So typically we do NFL divisions from the AFC and the NFC. However, because of course, this is breaking news to you guys, the AFC and NFC are not applicable in baseball. Shocking, I know. So what we decided to do, switch things up a little bit, you're going to be looking out for these teams here. Now, whatever name that you get placed in any one of these 8 divisions, you are looking for whatever comes out of the box, or in this situation, your bat, to belong to one of these teams. So let's say, for example, that you land in the Yankees, Tampa Bay Rays, and Oakland A's division. Well, guess what? Alex Rodriguez is a photo headliner. You are keeping your fingers, toes, everything in your body crossed that A-Rod pops out of that box bat break. If he does, then of course you win that item. If not, then unfortunately, you do not win that item, and we move on to the next series, so on and so forth. So that's a generalized description on how that goes. Awesome question for you, Kane. Hopefully that was able to help you out there, buddy. Mr. Touchdown saying, is Smoltzy available in the bats still? Yes, he is. I'll get back into the bats once we get closer and closer to a break there, John. We are very close to getting a break in that.
2 to go in that baseball double.
Awesome. So going to get to that in just a second. So let's get into the Speed Flex series, guys. So again, I'm a little flabbergasted here. 12 photoed headliners, 16 overall Speed Flexes. Lawrence Taylor, Randy Moss, Terrell Davis, Terry McLaurin, Luke Kuechly. Every single one of these guys on this top row right here are all still available. Every single one of these guys is a Hall of Famer. I don't believe Luke Kuechly's in the Hall of Fame yet, correct? He is not in the Hall of Fame. I don't know if he will get in because of eligibility purposes in terms of his tenure and how long he played, but I think we would all agree that Luke Kuechly should be a Hall of Famer. And if Terry McLaurin continues on the trajectory that he's been on, he is a Hall of Fame level talent. 5 Hall of Fame level caliber players, if they're not already enshrined, that you can possibly get for $148. But guess what? We have a lot more than that. Mike Evans and Andre Johnson, 2 of the best wide receivers of this century, sitting right next to each other as Speed Flexes in this series as well. We also have Jamar Chase. It's a wide receiver heavy room, guys. He just set the Cincinnati Bengals franchise single game record on Thursday night. Targets with 23, catches with 16, receiving yards with 161. Cool Joe Flacco saw nothing but number 1 out there. All he saw was Chase gritting up and down the field. He saw 5 Jamar Chases running go routes out onto the field. So Eric Dickerson, you want to talk about having a single season for the ages? How about his single season record breaking mark in 1984? Actually, he's nice enough to put that on the description of the lid for you guys for Mr. ED Eric Dickerson, 2,103 yards in his record breaking season. That, of course, was almost broken by Saquon Barkley last year by the Eagles. DeMarcus Ware, don't take my word for it. He put it on here himself. 2-time sack leader. He is also available as well in the practice squad series that we just started up as well. So get him. If you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, we all know how much DeMarcus Ware is beloved in that franchise. Get a chance on him in either this series for the Speed Flex or on an authentic in the practice squad. We also have Ndamukong Suh and Michael. I am not bleeping you. I almost said Michael Scott. Because I said Ndamukong Suh and the S almost rolled into a. So we don't have Steve Carell in here, but we do have Ndamukong Suh and Michael Vick. Much better football player than Michael Scott or Steve Carell, whichever one you prefer. And then Kane said first timer, and that was helpful. Thank you. Yeah, Kane, there's no such thing as a bad question here in the break room, man. Chinmay and I are both here to help you as much as humanly possible. Please feel free to let all of us know. And you chose a perfect time to hop in. Yeah. The baseball bat series, very, very hot, very fresh and new. Speed Flex series, still a lot of great untapped gems to tap into. We just talked about that. The Diamonds, for just $103, have two massive Speed Flexes. Very, very minute part of their value. We're talking a couple of $1,000 potentially for a Bo Nix or a Myles Garrett Speed Flex. And then, of course, the Practice Squad series here at the top is brand new, ready to get cracked open and cracked into. We don't, as much as I love my man Allen Iverson and his whole practice mentality and mindset, as much as we like to talk about practice, let's talk about performance. Because there are a lot of great performances that can happen for just $51 for a single or $102 for a double in this practice squad. 4 left in the jerseys, 7 left in the doubles for the Diamonds, 6 left in the single for the Speed Flex series, 2 in the double for the baseball bats, and 6 in the single.
We're now down to
for the
1.
Baseball bats.
We're now down to 1 in the baseball for the double.
Let's do it. We are.
So we're on the cusp.
We're at third base, guys. Yeah. We're literally at third base.
We're halfway between third base and home.
We're trying to. We're giving you the. I'm trying to give you the windmill here to get yourself guys to come around and score and get into that double box break there. So we know that's going to occur, Chinmay. But if you were somebody like Kane, right? Put yourself in Kane's shoes. And you were playing the break room for the first time, what would you want to get yourself into? What would be your best bang for buck value in any one of our series that we have right now?
Well, I think he's in the right series as far as the single goes, but maybe hop into that double as well, because the double seems to be moving pretty quickly. We're going to do a double here. Double number 4 just closed out, but the next double will be available shortly. So jump into that. I think, you get in the single and the double. You don't really have to wait to know like which one is going to break. If people are hopping into that double, you get in there as well, and that one will break for you.
Great response there, and a very this is coming from two guys that are pretty well versed with what people like to go for, especially first timers. So one thing that we like to see a lot of, Chinmay, for sure. Now, the practice squad, the minis are not up right now because we're rotating the practice squad and minis in, one after the other. But the jerseys and the minis are kind of a nice way to kind of dip your toes into the water.
Yeah.
Think of those as you going to a public pool. That's you going into like the 4-foot range. That's where any age, any type of person, any body type, whatever. 4 feet. Yeah. Is it 4 feet's like the smallest depth?
No. You can walk in. You can walk into like 1 foot.
1 foot. Oh, I'm thinking of 3 feet.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of 3 feet. 3 feet's the lowest.
I think like you walk in at like 1 foot basically.
Yeah. Well, there's not a 1 foot designated part of
right. I think it's 3. I think 2.5 is
2.5 or 3.
2.5 is the most common like lowest designation.
So let's call that 2.5 to 3 is basically walking into the pool. You're still standing upright. You're still just trying to gauge the temperature of the water of everything. That's basically what the jersey series is and the practice squad is both, just for those typical price points. Now, if you want to compete with, Michael Phelps for Olympic gold at the Olympics, that's when you get into the quad box series. For this price point at $592. Now, a quad box series, for example, just because in case you do want to have that, extra disposable income at your disposal, You have 4 different boxes that we open up.
Yeah, and you can win multiple boxes even with one spot.
Even with one spot, exactly. And you can end up doubling up, tripling up, quadding up in very rare cases.
I've seen a quad up happen.
Yeah, quad
it
ups
has happened.
It is very, very possible. So I'm going to ask for 2 numbers, guys, in the chat for the baseball series here. 2 numbers for baseball bat series. For well, I put the A before the B in the chat there. So when spelling baseball, sounds like Mario and Luigi trying to perform a baseball. 2 numbers for a baseball bat.
Yeah.
So let's see what we got going on here, guys. Gabe, Joshua, Timothy Boulay, Mr. Insalaco, the Batman, and Michael Arias. So we got a lot of regulars. These are this is some heavyweight alphas going at it here. So these guys mean business. They know what the good stuff is in this room. And then we got 7 on the randomizer. Get this bad boy out of the way for you guys. It was 6 in our morning show, 7 in today's show. And let's see how things are going to crunch down here. So just because this is going to take a little while to go into outside of the NFL divisions, you guys try to figure out the number. I'm going to break down the what we're going to be looking at here because this is a double break, correct, Chinmay?
Yeah.
So let's try to figure it out for the folks at home, and let's leave the hard stuff to us here. Trying to make this a little bit more visible for everybody. Oh, I know what I got to do here. Let's see, horizontally. Where is it at the bottom? Where did you go? Hold on. There it is. There it is. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, wanted to get that over there. Normally this is very simple, folks, but it's a lot of names. This is a lot of
text. A lot of text.
3 and 11.
Screen, yeah.
3 and 11 for Joshua. Right. So while Joshua goes through that, let's talk about maybe some of the divisions that Joshua is in, because some of this is naturally going to get cut off, guys.
3 is not available.
3 is not available. Josh is 11 available.
11 is available.
11's available. Okay, so can you just go through the bats for me really quick? Actually, 3 wasn't even on the ticker, Josh. Yeah. So I have 1.
No, 1 and 2 are both gone.
That's correct.
Those in the previous show.
Okay, so 1 and 2 are gone. Okay, so 4.
4 is also gone. 4 was gone in the previous before even. We were called 1 and 4.
That's right. Yeah.
4 was not available.
So 5.
5 is available.
7 through 17, which I know will be affected now because of 11.
11 is gone, but the rest of them are good. The rest of the numbers are good.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Cool. And which would be 19 through 25 and 27 through 30.
Yeah. The rest of the numbers are good. Just the first part of the series. But we do need something other than 3.
Gotcha. So I'm going to put that as 7 through 10. So we got 11 here for you, Josh. If anybody else that's in this break also wants to chime in and drop a last second box, feel free to let us know. Ticker is now updated for the baseball bat series that's about to pass through down at the bottom there for you guys.
Yeah, so we're good on 11, but we do need something other than 3.
5, 7 through 10, 12 through 17, 19 through 25, 27 through 30, and he's going with number 9. Joshua wants to feel fine with the number 9. And of course, the Mini Minoso bat. For a guy who actually played 4 decades, parts of 4 decades in Major League Baseball for the Chicago White Sox. You being a Chicago White Sox fan and an anti-Jerry Reinsdorf fan, Chinmay, you definitely know how beloved the Cuban Missile was for Mini Minoso. He said sorry driving,
no,
bud.
all good.
The fact that you're, by the way, the fact that you're the one typing in the numbers while you're driving.
Let's maybe, I love the enthusiasm, but let's maybe focus on the driving a little bit more.
I was gonna say, I'll be honest. I try to keep. They don't call me Honest Rob for nothing around here. They don't call me that, but I would be doing the same thing if I was in this particular series.
Yeah,
I definitely would be. So let's see who's gonna swing. Let's see who's gonna take one out of the park here in this series. Joshua Bateman, you have the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, the Chicago Cubs, and the Miami Marlins. Mm-hmm. So for the Angels, my friend. You are going to be looking at Mike Trout. So you are in the Mike Trout series. And again, we're only talking about headliners and secondary headliners. And you can double up with Lee Smith in the secondary headliners. He is a Chicago Cubs tenured hit. Timothy Boulay, you have the the St. Louis Cardinals, Cleveland Guardians, and the Los Angeles Dodgers. So you, my friend,
Albert
Pujols, King Albert,
Jim Thome.
Jim Thome. And then surprisingly, with all the pub the Dodgers get, we do not have a Dodgers photoed headliner up here, even though Fred McGriff played some time with the Dodgers.
Utley was with the Dodgers too, right?
Yes, he was. Yeah. Yes, he was. But he would be a Philadelphia Phillies hit. Who, speaking of, Seattle Mariners, Ichiro Suzuki, Philadelphia Phillies, Chase Utley, San Diego Padres. But that's it for
Cronenworth for the Padres.
Cronenworth in the hidden gems for that.
The hidden gems could be there.
New York Yankees, Tampa Bay Rays, and Oakland A's. These two are for you, by the way, Joshua Bateman. Yankees would be Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah.
No Tampa Bay Rays, so that's definitely a hidden gem. I have a good feeling on who that probably would be. And then Oakland A's as well would also be a secondary headliner hit, or a hidden gems hit. My apologies. Boston Red Sox. This is for you in Sulaco. Let's go to Boatown. Big Poppy for Big Ron. Cincinnati Reds, Pete Rose. Yeah. Okay. And the Detroit Tigers, we saw Denny McLain in our first double box break earlier. So no Detroit Tigers, but man, that's crazy. Big Poppy and Pete Rose, why not?
Yeah, the Detroit Tigers will be in the Anmore section.
In the Anmore section, correct. Atlanta Braves, John Smoltz. That's going to for Gabe Flores potentially. Toronto Blue Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Another double-up opportunity. Montreal Expos. Wouldn't that be funny if Pops? How about Pops and Junior?
Yeah.
If Pops was
it's
in
possible.
for the Expos.
It's
Unless
possible.
we get a little Jose Vidro action in there. Chicago White Sox. We know they're not going to be in the headliners. Carlton Fisk. Carlton Fisk, baby. Is it indeed Fisk? Is that confirmed?
It is Fisk, yeah.
So Carlton Fisk right there for the White Sox. Arizona Diamondbacks, not up there and available. New York Mets, not up there either. But you know what? Carlton Fisk would warm my heart, Michael. It should for you too. And then Gabriel Flores rounding out the Colorado Rockies for Todd Helton. Adley Rutschman for the Baltimore Orioles. And then Texas Rangers. So nobody for the Texas Rangers. This is bat number 9. Who is going to feel the finest today with bat number 9? Starting 9, which, by the way, MLB Network I grew up watching. One of their first shows that they had in syndication, Shinmei, was a show called Starting 9, where they would go through all 9 positions and they would rank their top 9 players. You remember that show? Yeah. Dude, that was a cool thing that they did. I used to like that. So we're going to be going into the headliner section here to start off, as we got our nice little wooden pallets out here. Let's get this show started. Okay, well, this is very, very small. Way too small for my liking. All right, cool. So this guy is going to be a secondary headliner, and he would come into the second half of games, and as soon as you saw him, he would lock things down at the back end of the bullpen. 478 career saves. This is going to go as a Chicago Cubs hit. For the Northsiders, this is going to be going to Joshua Bateman. Keep your eyes on the road, my friend. Lee Smith is going to be coming home with you. 478 saves on the inscription.
Okay. On
the Louisville Slugger bat. Mr. Bateman, this one is for you. Very, very nice. So he was a part of that I-90 rivalry with the Cardinals and Cubs. Mm-hmm. Very, very cool there for Lee Smith. Not your prototypical closer compared to what you see nowadays. You see a lot of one-inning guys, partial work guys. This guy would go 2 to 3 innings to acquire a save. Mm-hmm. Very different ball game back then. A Hall of Famer, 7-time All-Star, 3-time Rolaids relief, as they call it. Reliever of the year. Shout out to great sponsorship. This guy pitched for a long, long time, folks. 17-year career. He had the first 8 years of his career spent with the Chicago Cubs. Twice as long as his Cardinals tenure. So that is why it is going to be a Chicago Cubs hit to start us off at the noon show today.
Great hit. Secondary headliner. Great hit. Still great ratios with the headliners here. We're now 15 headliners in 22 boxes, but most of the photoed headliners still available there. I know Joshua's hoping for Mike Trout to come out here, but plenty of other options in the photoed headliners still available for you guys in this break. But we got one more bat coming up.
Yes, we do. Now, I'm only putting Lee away because he's a Cub. Only reason why I'm doing it.
Yeah,
and
fair enough.
There's also a chance, like you said, because of the amount of great headliners we still have left available, that there's a chance that there's an even bigger name out there. As much as I respect, look, Lee Smith is a Hall of Famer, one of the best relievers of all time, but, you know, he's not Pete Rose. He's not Mike Trout. He's not Alex Rodriguez.
He's not a White Sox.
He's not a White Sox. He's
Simply
not a Chicago White Sox. Did the Bo Nix go yet? Louie.
Nope.
Louie, what's going on, man?
Bo Nix is still available.
Bo Nix is still available. Speed Flex in the Diamonds. Good to see you, my man. I keep pushing this off about the email about the Iverson jersey, dude. I am so sorry. My life has been chaotic outside of work lately. The excuses are piling up, brother. We're going to talk about the Iverson jersey. I'm going to hit your DMs. He pulled a Iverson jersey from the headliner mixer, and he was kind enough to reach out to customer support and try to see if we can work out a little some. So that would be nice. It's the first time I've ever had somebody at UA reach out to. He's my AI being my favorite basketball player of all time. So.
Nice.
Let's see if somebody's favorite baseball player of all time. This is a differently designed bat, and I can see why. The color scheme represents the team that he plays for. So, Chinmay, I don't know if you're a big crab cakes guy.
I am.
But this guy, if you enjoy a good crab cake, some say in the continental United States, you're going to have to go to the northeastern part of it to enjoy it. You know what you can also enjoy? Some crab cakes at Camden Yards, where you can see this guy hit some switch hit bombs. For the Baltimore Orioles, it's the former first overall pick and photo headliner. We're keeping you out. Look at this bat, brother. Woo! Adley Rutschman of the Baltimore Orioles. Adley. Very, very cool. Awesome stuff there. I love the name too, man. Like, look, you got the custom design model Adley Rutschman Pro Reserve. This is a maple bat. So you got maple, you got hickory, you got oak. Maple is my favorite wood bat design that you can possibly have. Look at that finish right there, baby. That is phenomenal. 2 headliners. Josh said I still got that McBride if you wanted, bud. Yeah, Josh, just flood my DMs. I don't know how my girlfriend's going to feel about all these. But
Gabriel Flores, congratulations on Adley Rutschman. That is a clean looking bat and a great sort of imprint there at the end of the handle. Or end of the barrel, I guess, not handle.
What's his name?
Gold text. In there. What does that say?
So that's the official design model Adley Rutschman Pro Reserve Maple. Okay. So it's literally the grain of wood that this was cut from in Louisville, Kentucky, of course, where they create all of these custom design bats. Adley Rutschman, of course, being the player, and then the custom design models. So these are actually a lot of the game use. If you watch Adley Rutschman hit, you will actually see him use maple bats almost identical to the one like this. So
I would not swing at the baseball with this particular bat.
That is a good assessment. Yeah, I would agree with you there.
But you can swing a baseball. You can swing at a baseball. I would not do it, but you can. That's really cool to have that information at the end there, along with the auto.
Oh, yeah. No, this is Gabriel, by the way. I got a little carried away.
Phenomenal hit.
I got a little carried away in my assessment there, man. But, Adley Rutschman, his first full year in All-Star, had a little bit of he was battling injuries. He's actually trying to fix his swing. He's actually trying to get a lot of things in with their hitting coach in with Baltimore. Trying to get his career back on track a bit. But, look, this kid is an absolute freaking stud behind the plate. He's got him and Samuel Basayo are going to form a nice little tandem between the two of them going forward. And Adley Rutschman. So very, very nice headliner hit there. Where are we going next is the next question. I think to make things simpler here, do you think we can fit the bat on top?
We should be able to. Yeah.
Keep the boldness just because I know for other breaks it's going to be.
Yeah, we should be able to.
So let's see what we got. I'll give you that. Teamwork making the dream work. Oh, yeah, it's easy.
There you go.
There we go. Perfect. Oh, yeah, this upper echelon part is
this actually displays a little bit better, I think.
Oh, yeah, it's perfect. Oh, it's perfect, yeah. Too bad we don't have a second product cam to have a little zoom in on that. But you know what? Maybe that's bring that up at the next Tuesday meeting.
Yeah. Yeah, we can bring that up. Where are we going to next?
Correct.
Well, we have 4 to go in that baseball single. So that the baseball series continues to be hot. We have 4 to go in the baseball single, 4 to go in the jerseys. So we're halfway home on both of those. I promised before we signed off on the 9 a.m. show that I have a Vegas blackjack story, and now is a good time when we're waiting on some of these breaks to fill. Now is a good time for me to tell
story time with
my Vegas blackjack story.
Let's hear it.
To preface this, I'm not a heavy gambler. I had a small budget that I brought with me. You had offered some sage advice before, saying pick a dollar amount, stick to the dollar amount, don't go back to the ATM. I did not.
There you go.
So the first day I was playing blackjack and was winning some hands, was losing some hands, how it normally goes in blackjack. Win some, you lose some, and then hit a cold streak and walked away with like $50 or something.
Okay.
Right? Of the money that I had.
Yeah.
Next day went to roulette. Was winning a little bit at roulette, and then hit again cold streak of roulette, and just kind of walked away with nothing at that point.
Okay.
Last day in Vegas, go to blackjack. We're winning and losing, winning a little bit more than losing, so it's all good. And I'm like looking at this pile of chips in front of me. I'm like, it's a decent pile. Like I like where I'm at here. Let me play a couple more, and then I think I'm gonna call it. So I'm already at all right, I got like 4 more hands in me to like break even if I lose all 4, right?
Yeah.
So I got 4 hands in me. The first hand I put in, cards go around. I get a 6 and a 4. The dealer, 1 card face down.
Okay.
First card up is a 5. So traditionally, right, like you're thinking like, okay, it's a 5. The dealer has to kind of flip more cards to try to get past 21 or whatever is on the table, right? So I'm at 6 and 4. So I hit at 6 and 4 because that's 10, right? Like you're not going to sit at 10.
Correct.
I get a 4.
So
now I'm at 14. Now 14, and now it's you're getting a little dicey, right? Because dealer has a 5 with a face down card. So now you don't really know. So, all right, you know what? Screw it. Hit me again. I get a 7. So now 21. So I'm sitting pretty, right? Because it's 6, 4, 4, and 7. So I'm sitting pretty, 21. I can't lose here, right?
Great hit.
Great hit.
Best possible outcome.
The dealer flips her card. It's a 9. So she has 5 and 9, 14. So she has to draw a card. She draws a card, and it's an 8. She busts.
Yeah.
But if I had not hit, she had the 7 coming to her for 21 on her. Mm-hmm. And at that point, I was like, this is never happening to me again. I'm leaving. I immediately know that if I keep playing, I'm losing all my money.
That was your sign.
So I was like, all right, this is never happening to me again. I'm out. Take care, guys.
You had the betting gods on your side that night. Yeah, no, that's... No, I mean, you were one of the rare cases where some people would look at as the exact opposite outcome, where it's like, oh my God, how lucky am I? I gotta keep this luck alive, you know?
The previous 2 nights, I had similar situation, not the exact same situation.
You lived and you learned.
But I was like, this is about the point where I kind of start losing money.
And as soon as it starts to get to that point, that's how you know things are going to go a little bit farther south than you'd want to. Just joining what is left in the baseball bats. Good afternoon, Mark. Oh, it's a shame. Well, do you want to hear Chinmay's blackjack story again? He can rewind the tape and go over that again. But yeah, really quick, man. I'll go into a quick one.
The baseball series.
I'll go to the baseball series, and then I'll go into my thing really quick. So, Mark, really fast for you, my guy. Good to see you this afternoon.
We did pull the Adley Rutschman just now, which is sitting on the table. But we still have most of the headliners in the series.
So... yeah, so we just pulled the Adley Rutschman. We pulled the Danny McLean, Jake Cronenworth earlier, and Elise Smith. So we have 4 bats that have gone by the board overall for you guys today. So still a lot of good stuff out there, Mark. And then for the overall headliners available that we have left now, so that now brings it down to, is that a 16? So yeah, 14 and 20.
Oh, sorry, Lee Smith was also a headliner.
Yep,
you're right.
14 and 21. 14 headliners, 21 overall, 4 spots left here, Mark, for a single box, $59 a piece. A lot of legends. 8 spots left in the double. And by the way, guys, since that was a double box break, of course, Chase wheel spin action.
Yeah.
So, Mark, make sure to get in this. Make sure to help get a break involved with this for yourself. Get yourself some potential Chase wheel spin dinero. Some of the guys we got left: Albert Pujols, greatest St. Louis Cardinal of all time. Could certainly argue it. John Smoltz on the Atlanta Braves, Hall of Famer, part of the big three, from Greg Maddux to Tom Glavine to John Smoltz. Had some great pitchers mixed in between: Steve Avery, Danny Nagel. They had a lot of really, really talented guys in that rotation for those 90 Atlanta Braves teams. One of my coolest baseball facts, man, one of the most shocking ones, and shows you how hard it is to win a World Series in baseball in particular. From 1990 to 2005, no other team won the National League East except for the Atlanta Braves. 1990 to 2005. So pretty remarkable run there.
And I believe they only won one World Series in that time, right?
Yeah, that was the 1995 World Series that they won.
So
yeah,
shows you just how hard it is, even with all that consistent success.
Yeah,
you still to win a World Series is very difficult.
Yep, and then you got, for example, we were talking about the Cardinals earlier. You know, you had a team like them in 06 that had a miracle run when they got hot. They won just 83 games.
Yeah,
and they ended up beating an upstart Detroit Tigers team. So let's see what we got here left. Ichiro Suzuki, 2001 AL MVP. Won over 10 plus gold gloves in right field for the Seattle Mariners. One of my favorite times for the great. And you guys know that I'm a former broadcaster. I have nothing but love and admiration, especially for baseball broadcasters. Dave Niehaus, Seattle Mariners legend. One of my all-time favorites. Ichiro's rookie year, he has a base hit to right field. They're playing the Oakland Athletics the first month of his rookie year. He throws out Terrence Long at third base, and he says, Ichiro with the strikeout of Star Wars from right field. But I think he said a strike or a laser beam from Star Wars out from right field. And one of my favorite calls, and really put Ichiro on the map and let people realize how legendary this guy was. Speaking of legends, this is where we get into the meat and potatoes of this, guys. Alex Rodriguez, Mike Trout, and David Ortiz. This is the main bat I'm going to show off today. Look at that Mike Trout, man. $59 at a chance to step into the batter's box and swing that shillelagh with one of the best to ever do it in the modern era in Mike Trout. Hard to beat that, to say the least. David Ortiz, one of the clutchest hitters of all time. Carlton Fisk would be a White Sox hit. One of the best offensive catchers in baseball history. Jim Thome, Buzz Lightyear, to infinity and beyond. Into the Big Fly Baseball Bat Series we go. Pete Rose, the all-time leader in hits. Rest in peace to the legend in Pete Rose. Fred McGriff, the crime dog, also available in this series. Speaking of first baseman that could hit from the left side with a ton of power, Todd Helton. Made a World Series with the Colorado Rockies in 2007. Yes, believe it or not, the Rockies were actually very good once upon a time.
Oh,
but they really haven't been since
Believe
Todd
it or
Helton.
not, the Rockies played in a World Series.
Yeah, I know. Can you name me any of the guys from the starting staff on that 07 team?
Oh,
Could probably name a couple.
Was it Ubaldo?
That's everybody's first guess because he was the best. Like, he was the most successful pitcher that they had.
Ubaldo Jimenez,
that
right?
beat the curve, but he was not on that 07
He
team.
wasn't on the 07 team. Okay.
So you had Jeff Francis, Aaron Cook. You had a lot of Josh Fogg was on that team. You had a lot of career number 4 starters, really. Okay. That literally, they had such an unbelievable offense in 07.
Yeah.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Chase Utley Mark. So all of the guys that I just named, everyone not named Adley Rutschman, Corbin Carroll, are all still available in these photo headliners. We just pulled the list. Yeah. We just pulled the Lee Smith. Andre Dawson went yesterday, so just Jonathan Papelbon is left. Did single sell out?
The single did sell out. Woo! So we do have a baseball single coming up.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
More baseball, baby. This is what I've been waiting for. I've been here for almost 2 months, waiting for all this damn baseball, man. I'm hyped. 4 left in the jerseys, by the way, guys. 7 in the Diamond Double. Still a lot of spots left in that Speed Flex series. Great ratios, 12 headliners, 16 total boxes. Make sure to take advantage of that. The single is back up and reloaded for you guys. So let's get back into this baseball single. Kane, Ronnie, Brian, Robert, Michael, Dennis, and Josh. So we have 6 different gentlemen all trying to take the bite out of one apple here. So... But yeah, so really quick, while we're in the middle of doing this, guys, I'm going to ask for the jersey number after I randomize this 7 times, or baseball number, I should say, 7 times in the chat for you. So this is how the division alignments are going to look. 1 number for the baseball series, please. So my blackjack story for you really quick, Chinmay.
Okay.
So locally, have you ever been to the boat, as it's called, the Grand Victoria in Elgin?
Okay.
In Elgin, yeah.
I have not been to the Elgin one.
So Elgin,
I actually also haven't been to the Joliet one. I've seen it in Joliet though.
Okay. So basically, it's about the same size. It's very, very big casino actually.
Yeah.
So when I was out there with a couple of buddies, man, this had to be about maybe 4 years ago or so now. So I try to get this thing back on track here. Hold on. This baseball is one bad thing about the baseball series. Okay, getting those names aligned. So we're out there, and so it's 5 of us, right? We start the night about 10:30. Okay. And I think my budget that I had, it was a really low budget, bro, because it was like $15 for for a small blind on a Friday night. Yeah. So I was like, okay, cool, perfect. So I think I played with $100. I think I got wiped out in my first 5 hands. Just cleaned out, 0 for 5, off the board, whatever. And you guys know, because we're all degenerates here to some degree, some higher, some lower. You know that if you play consistently at tables and casinos, the worst feeling you can ever have is sitting there and watching your friend group participate and you're just a casual observer. That is the loneliest feeling.
Yeah.
Robert says 10, please.
I got it.
Appreciate you, Mr. Hoffman. Good to see you in the break, my friend. So I go back to the ATM and I make a not so smart decision, right? And I end up taking out another 100. Again, nothing crazy. I know I at least know my limits overall, right? So I go back on the table and they're hot. My friends are hot. Like they play with like a similar dollar amount as me, but they're already up a couple $100 on $15 hands. So it was a really hot table, so I wanted to get back in. So I'm actually up to this point. I played for about an hour or so. And I'm actually up now about $50 to $75 in totality. So my buddy Raj, he ends up playing, because he was up so much that he starts playing the sides, the multipliers and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So he ends up putting, I think, like $15, $20 on his side, which I'm like, I'm putting like the little ones or whatever, like the little white 1 chips on the side. I'm like, I don't care. I'm like, you're crazy for putting that much. Lo and behold, he ends up getting a 3 times, it was like a 3 or 5 times multiplier. But it was like a times 50 or a times 75 on top of it. So he ends up winning like $950. Woo. So he's going nuts. He's going ballistic. My friend Neil, shout out to my buddy Neil who tunes in from time to time. He ends up hitting 10 minutes later, and then the dealer's getting ready to leave. Yeah. This is 100% true, honest to God. We're begging the dealer
to stay.
We don't want the dealer to go anywhere. So the dealer ends up staying for about another 5 minutes or so, another couple of hands. The second to last hand that she stayed on, I end up hitting the same multiplier. We're literally all jumping up and down. We all win the same dollar amount because Raj and Neil are pushing me into, to playing into the same thing.
Right.
So the manager comes over from the casino. They have to verify everything.
Oh my God.
So she leaves. She's shaking all of her hands and she's like, I've been working here for 6 years. I have never seen anything like this. For a table at one time, I've never seen anything like this. So, and ever since then, I've never had a good...
Did everything check out?
Everything's checked out. Everything's checked out.
If you pass the casino verification, then we can celebrate.
My damn heart rate needed to get checked out after that, I'll tell you that. All right, guys, baseball bat single. Thank you for allowing to...
Thank you for indulging us.
Indulging Chinmay and I's degenerate casino luck and issues. But Kane O'Keefe... Kane, I know that you were saying that you were asking questions earlier, so this might be your first break.
So this is the break, yeah.
Awesome, Kane. So you're an Angel, Cub, and Marlins. So unfortunately, Lee Smith went by the board, but guess what?
Trout.
You have the best-looking bat potentially going your way in this series, and Mike Trout on that all-red hickory bat that he has. Brian Smith with the Cardinals, Guardians, and Dodgers. You're looking for Albert Pujols. Joshua Bateman at it again with the Mariners, Phillies, and Padres. You're looking for Ichiro Suzuki or Chase Utley. I think he actually was in the same spot in the last break, too. The doc is in. Dennis Rivers, baby. Yankees, Rays, and A's. You're looking for A-Rod. Yep, and right on cue. He sends it in the chat.
Yeah.
Robert Hoffman, he's got box color magic. Oh, and it might be some magic. Big Poppy and Pete Rose. potential opportunities. Joshua again with a John Smoltz or Vladdy Guerrero Jr. chance. This is the great thing, guys. Like, we have so many headliners at each potential spot. Ronnie and Sulaco looking to try his luck with my guy. Looking to bring you some White Sox luck. Bring you down to the south side, Ronnie, with some Carlton Fisk action. Looking for that with the White Sox. And Michael Arias looking for Todd Helton. And that's it. Because Adley Rutschman just got pulled for the headliners. So let's see what we got here. Box number 10. Robert Hoffman's box. Let's see if it's a Robert Hoffman type day. Woo! And we got ourselves a legend. We got ourselves a legend. This is a big boy. This is a big boy right here that we're going to be getting into. Where are you? Because I want to make sure that I got it correct here. And we have ourselves some box caller magic for Robert Hoffman. Number 10 is your lucky number, my friend. You needed some luck and you got it. What I'm holding right here is the bat of a guy who has the most hits in Major League Baseball history, Charlie Hustle. It's Pete Rose. Pete Rose, baby. So I'm gonna swap out the. I'm gonna show this off and then I'll display this one. Then I'll put the Adley away. Pete Rose, Robert. Woo! Let's go from one Robert to another. I am very, very happy for you, my friend. 4,256 hits in his career. It doesn't get much better than that. The all-time hit leader in Major League Baseball history. Just an incredible, incredible talent. He was the ultimate slap hitter. When you hear the phrase punch and Judy hitter, slap hitter, that is exactly what Pete Rose personified as a hitter. Had an extremely long career. He eventually transitioned into becoming a first baseman in the latter parts of his career with the Philadelphia Phillies. Pete Rose played from 1963 to 1986, Chinmay. A 24-year career. As of right now, he is the all-time leader in games played with 3,562, plate appearances, at-bats, and, of course, hits. Insanity. Over 2,100 career runs scored. Only 160 home runs were out of those 2,000 or 4,256 hits. Just unbelievable for Pete Rose. Led the league in hits 8 times. World Series MVP, 17-time All-Star. Oh my goodness, 3-time batting champion. Awesome, awesome stuff.
I'm going to try to improvise.
Cool.
Because I like the Adley bat.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to improvise a little bit. And we're going to see if these can hold. If this will hold both.
Adley, we love you, but we don't love you as much as Pete Rose. And that's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. So I'm going to write this one up. This is why you guys get in when the ratios are great, by the way. This is exactly why you play when the headliners are this good.
Doesn't fit quite as perfectly, but
it holds.
It's staying.
It actually goes up on a little bit of an incline, which is kind of cool.
Staying a little bit. So,
I like that.
Yeah, it looks good.
I like that quite a bit. That was worth the risk right there. Thanks, Dennis. I'm not gonna lie. I don't wish I could play in this break. I was going to say that goes against my contractual obligations, but, whew, hey, Pete Rose broke some rules. Why can't I? Let's see. So congratulations, Mr. Hoffman. Awesome, awesome hit. Well, I think we know what the hit of the day is so far. Pete Rose bats.
And it has the number of hits, right?
4,256 on there.
It has the number of hits as well. On the inscription.
When you talk about like playing the game, like it's a kid's game is what baseball is. Mm-hmm. He played it. Like if you look up Pete Rose on Google, literally the first image you see right there is him headfirst diving, losing the lid. You know, he's got the hair flying everywhere. That's how he played even when he was into his 40s playing. That's exactly how he played.
Yeah.
So, very, very awesome hit. Have your girlfriend play for you, Rob. Yeah. Actually, Jasmine could do that because she already manages most of my finances for me.
Yeah,
so,
all right.
Because of how bad I am
nice
for
little,
it, so
yeah, a nice little couple $100 on the double, $60 in the single.
It's a couple bonding thing that her and I can do. It'll be trauma.
You'll like randomly go into your bank account and be like, $160 is gone. What's going on here?
What's that? And then and then in a couple of days I open up my front door and then I have this.
Yeah, you see a couple of baseball bats.
I have this foot long, baseball bat, yeah. Don't trust them, Rob. They will rob you blind. You know what, Ronnie? I agree with that sentiment 1,000% until I met the one that I'm with now. She's not going anywhere anytime soon, believe me. So, quick fun fact about her and us. Shout out to you, Jay, if you're listening, sweetheart. We actually just booked our 2-year anniversary trip to Europe. We met on St. Patrick's Day last year, so I don't know if I told you that, but
Rob was talking about. Yeah, you did. Going to Ireland.
So we're going to Ireland. We're actually finishing off our trip on the 17th on St. Patrick's Day in Ireland, but there's this awesome website called.
I was going to say you're going to land in Chicago on St. Patrick's Day and immediately go out in Chicago.
We're going to keep the good vibes going. We're actually going to keep all the Baileys and the Guinnesses. We're going to bring them on the flight back. And then just continue the vibes once we land. I don't know how airport security is going to feel about that, but yeah. So we actually have
you can duty free that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I mean having that on the airlines
might cost you a little bit.
I was going to say see what the stewardess have available, but we will talk in a few years. Oh man, sounds like the words of a broken heart, there, Ronnie. I sincerely apologize if those words are coming from your heart, my friend. I do apologize on that. Awesome pulls, everyone. Love the positivity there, Brett. I'm gonna love to see the action back here on the breaks, guys. We're already starting to see some more movement back in the bats. So again, that was a single box bat break. Everybody who just played in that last series is again gonna get themselves entered a chance
in the
Chase wheel spin at the end of the show. So we got about a little bit less than half an hour to go. 3 spots left, so we're in the red zone for the jerseys.
For the jerseys, yeah.
3 spots left there. We've seen a couple of good jersey hits so far today. We had the DeAndre Swift as our first jersey of the 9 a.m. And then what came after that? There was a headliner, right?
ETN.
Travis Etienne.
That's right. Etienne was the last jersey. Yeah.
Travis Etienne was the last jersey we pulled. So running back theme show. Who knows? Let's see if we can keep that going. But one thing I do know is that you got some great offensive firepower still left in this series. Mike Ditka, Brett Favre. I know you were asking for O.J. Simpson earlier. Was that you, Ronnie? Where is O.J. at? Yep, Ronnie, you were asking for OJ earlier in the chat. You want to talk about the great running back themes? You're a fan of trends. This could be the one for you, man. The former MVP, Buffalo Bill great OJ Simpson, Dan Marino, and Terry Bradshaw, 2 legends in their respective franchises. Still available, and for the jerseys overall, 15 left, guys, 5 available, a 1 in 3 chance of getting yourself one of those headliners. Don't forget to remove 10 from the bats number, sir. Yeah, I was going to say, you know what? You might want to retire that number for yourself there, dude. After pulling that, that's forever going to be the Robert Hoffman number going forward. So very, very nice reminder there. So you know what? Speaking of reminders, this is the latest you and I have done this, but let's get down to it. It's right about that time. What does Stuart Scott used to say, the great Stuart Scott? It's that time, right about that time. Hoops time, y'all. But it's not hoops. It's going to be basketball or football. So we had a little bit of a strange encounter, and it wasn't of the third kind. It was Chinmay was off blowing money at the other craps table last weekend in Vegas.
I did give you the spread picks, though.
You did, and it's funny because I'm going to go by yours because Dom actually made his own picks when he was here because I didn't see your text until that show was done.
No, fair enough.
But honestly, I think your picks did better anyway. So.
No, I think I only won 1.
Your pick still did better anyway.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'll have to verify and see with what Dom went. So I'm going to go back with yours. And then as I go back, I'll try to remember mine. So let's see. So that was week 6.
Yeah.
Time to check football scores from today. Yeah, Robert. So we're going to go through some college stuff too.
We'll do that as well.
Chinmay's going to give you the college rundown of the college wraps for you guys. So going back to last week. So Chinmay and I, so we came into last week's matchup. I believe I was 6-9 and you were 9-6. Or was that the week before?
I may have been 8-7.
You were definitely 9-6 at one point. We had reverse records. We had reverse splits. I know that.
Okay.
I know.
Well, it'd be 3. Yeah. Okay, 9-6.
Yeah.
Because if you were 6-9, it'd be 9-6. Okay, that's 5 weeks.
So week 6, Chinmay, you took the Patriots. You took the Patriots spread, which was 3.5, I believe, which they covered. So 10-6 for you, my friend. You took the Detroit Lions.
That was that did not happen.
You know what? I was big on the Lions too in that game. I feel like a lot of people were, but again, Kansas City. I think Kansas City's got their groove back.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that did not cover. And then Buffalo with a shock of all shocks. They pooped their pants on Monday Night Football. But you know what? You play 17 games, that's going to happen. But 14 points, though, of what that Bills offense, that's probably the biggest shock.
Tough, yeah.
But again, Bijan Robinson showed to the whole world, hey, I'm the best. Look at me. I'm the best running back in football right now.
Absolutely.
So 1-2 for you, my good man. So you are now at 10-8. So, hey, a winning record's a winning record.
Yeah.
Right? Not going to be mad about that. As we like to say in that part of the industry, your units are up. Your units are up. Let's see what we got here. So just going to get this up real quick. I need to go back and verify mine. So I was 6-9 going into the week. So I couldn't have taken the Patriots. I'm just trying to remember myself. Okay, so I'm 0-1 right off the bat because I took the Colts against my Cardinals.
Okay.
And this is what I get. I take Jacoby Brissett, who turns into a competent starting quarterback. So that's not a great start. What else did I have as well? I think I had... Okay, I did take Seattle against Jacksonville because I talked about a DVOA stat with Seattle going into that.
All right, so they were underdogs in that game, so they covered.
They were underdogs, which was kind of... I know Jacksonville at the time was 4-1 at home.
It was like a 1.5.
It was like a pick 'em. Yeah. I think it was 1.5 was the number. So I took the points with that, and then I want to say that I took LA. I think I took LA
Rams?
with 7.
Yeah.
I think I took the Rams with 7.
Yeah.
So I know I had a winning week.
2-1. Yeah.
So I am now
so we're still reverse records.
8-10. Okay, awesome. So Robert, you were asking for some college stuff. Let's get into the college stuff first because this is going to be more long-winded for the NFL. So
Vanderbilt is up 31-21 on LSU at the end of the third quarter. LSU has the ball. Tigers are driving a little bit. But Vanderbilt up 31-21 on LSU. Battle of ranked teams there. Georgia Tech in a bit of a battle with Duke. Georgia Tech and Duke tied 10-10. The Yellow Jackets have the ball there to start the fourth quarter. We saw a big upset last night in the ACC with Louisville taking down number 2 Miami down at Hard Rock Stadium in South Beach. And then Michigan is up 14-7 on Washington at the end of the third quarter. Oklahoma ahead of South Carolina 14-7 at halftime. Houston up 28-21 on Arizona, and TCU up 28-21 on Baylor. The Bears are driving though to start the fourth quarter. That's the scoreboard right now for the big time games, but we'll have some scores. I'll have some scores with Rip later on in the 3 p.m. show with Ole Miss, Georgia kicking off shortly, Ohio State and Wisconsin kicking off shortly, Indiana, Michigan State kicking off shortly, and then Texas Tech and Arizona State also going to be in play there. So a lot of great college football coming up for the rest of the day.
Get your fixins in on your college fun, but keep one eye on the college football. Keep your other eye on the break room. That's why we're all here, folks. 6 spots, both in the practice squad. Appreciate the update there, my man. Practice squad update, 6 in each spot. This is untouched. This is still ready to go, guys. 15 total headliners.
But we do have a jersey. We do have a jersey that just closed.
Perfect. So the jerseys, we're going to right on cue. The jerseys are indeed sold out, so we're going to do that before we get into our picks. So that's going to be a nice little buffer in between there. So I'm going to drop ask for a number real quick, guys. The bats are still at 7. Already getting some Chase wheel spin action there. To get those bats going one more time before the end of the show. Load up on those Chase wheel spins.
For sure.
Got that in for everybody. Also, the practice squads. I will tell you guys this. If we can get either one, the double or the single, by 2 o'clock down to 3, we're going to add a little bit more time on the clock to keep something going for all of you guys. So let's get this going with the jersey break coming up. Jerseys, see here. All right, so 7 times around we go. See how this is going to shape up. Again, a very running back centric day today here in the break room. One, number 4. Looking for Brett, Aaron, Ronnie, Jonathan, or Justin, who's got 4 spots in this particular series. Names are up there for you folks. Have that available for you in this division break. So Justin Heckert, you got 4 spots in the series, man. NFC North, AFC East, AFC West, and the NFC East. Jonathan Shea in the NFC South, Ronnie and Silako in the NFC West. Brett Kelly, the new guy, being welcomed with open arms, maybe. His first day playing in the breaks. Could be his first dub. Fingers crossed for that one, my man. And Aaron Custer in the AFC South. Justin with the number 3 in the jerseys. So looking for number 3 in the jerseys. Let's see what we got. You've been running around all over the place. I'll take this one.
Appreciate it.
Number 3 right here. Very quick trip for myself. So some of the headliners you guys are looking for. Justin, you're all over the place, man. You can get yourself a Brett Favre or a Mike Ditka with the Packers or the Bears. O.J. Simpson in the AFC East for you again. Oh my God, Justin's getting all the headliners right now. Available spots. And Dan Marino in the AFC East. And then in the AFC North, Brett Kelly. So Brett, Doc sending some good luck your way. Dropping a little shamrock your way there. So good luck to everybody. Jersey box number 3, third jersey of the day. Let's see if we get back-to-back headliners, Chinmay. And we do. Gonna be a nice headliner here. This guy, one of the most popular players in NFL history. Top 5 all time in passing touchdowns. The one, the only, Brett Favre. Brett Favre, baby. Chinmay wishes he was doing this one. I can understand why. Now you know this is going to be a great show for my man over there. So, Brett Favre with the number 4. Round of applause for you. Let's go. Mr. Justin Heckert, the gunslinger.
Phenomenal hit for Justin.
The one and only. Some would say, I would definitely vouch for, the most durable quarterback in NFL history. There's a rumor that's out there that he once played through 18 different injuries on an injury report listed one time. And you would have to believe it. JSA certification card on there as well, my man. Brett Favre, number 4 forever enshrined at Lambeau Field.
Awesome hit. Obviously one of the great trades in NFL history. That, you take a shot in the dark basically on a quarterback that's, you don't really know what's going to happen when you make that sort of a trade that the Packers did. Get Brett Favre. He goes on to be a clear Hall of Famer. I didn't see the Super Bowl win because I was a baby at that time. But when I grew up watching football, I didn't really know what was going on. But I saw number 4 with Green Bay throwing the ball all around the park. And I thought, that is what a football player should be. That's my favorite football player. And now this is my favorite football team. I am a Green Bay Packers fan because of Brett Favre.
That's awesome.
Like, if Brett Favre was on a different team, I would be a fan of that team.
Like the Vikings?
Possibly.
Or the Jets?
Or the Jets. No, that was obviously before. If he had started out on the Vikings or Jets, maybe. But no, this is the reason I'm a football fan. There's a reason I'm a Packers fan. Is Brett Favre. So it's great to see a Packer finally come out on the table among the headliners. I've seen Packers memorabilia come out here. Just hasn't been a headliner hit. But Rob delivers on Saturday morning.
I was going to do
afternoon, actually. Saturday afternoon. Rob delivers on Saturday afternoon. We get a headliner. Brett Favre, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Even if you don't like Brett Favre, I would encourage you to watch the Netflix Untold documentary on Favre. It's very good.
Okay. I'll definitely check that out. I have not seen that. Nothing but great words about Brett Favre in terms of his grit, his tenacity, his toughness. All things to describe how number 4 would sling that pigskin, as you said, across the park. Yeah, awesome hit. And speaking of headliners, because you mentioned that, is this an all-headliner show?
All headliners, yeah.
Pete Rose, yep. Adley Rutschman, Lee Smith, Brett Favre.
Yeah.
So we're 4 for 4.
4 for 4 on
and
headliners.
Number 4 was number 4.
Yeah.
Wow, this is weird. And then this is an us show too. You get Favre, I get Bolden.
Yeah.
For the day.
This is this is when you call it. This is when you wrap it up.
How about I was gonna say, well,
no more memorabilia here to spoil the vibes.
Cut the stream.
But if you guys want more breaks, we will oblige.
Of course. It's almost like that's our job, more or less. But our part-time jobs. Trying to help you guys get some good picks out there too.
Yeah.
So, but before we do that, just in case there's anything else close to breaks, we got a lot of 6s across the board. Try to get some of these down to 3 guys. We got about at least 15 minutes left to go. Yeah, Justin said that's my helmet on the table too. Yeah, yeah, Justin, it's been a awesome day for you, my man.
Great day for him.
Very, very good day. So, again, practice squad series. Let's get those down to 3. The quad box as well. The single box in the Speed Flex series. 12 headliners available in there, 16 total boxes. Lawrence Taylor, Randy Moss, Terrell Davis, Terry McLaurin, and Luke Kuechly. Mike Evans, Andre Johnson, Jamar Chase, Eric Dickerson, and DeMarcus Ware are the available headliners. Was the Favre pulled out of the jerseys or the practice squad?
Jerseys.
Great question there, Eric. It was indeed in the jerseys. So Brett Favre is gone. 4 headliners left in the jerseys. 14 jerseys left, so 4 and 14 chance of getting yourself a headliner. So a little bit less than 30%, but that's okay.
But that jersey is still available in the practice squad.
Correct. So
that Brett Favre jersey is still available in the practice squad.
Yep, and that's, so practice squad, $51 a spot to get yourself into that. Both are at 6, by the way. So very good chance, because again, that practice squad, guys, has not been touched. That is that is our latest drop series that we have available for each and every one of you. What got pulled in the bats? Very awesome question there, Mr. Remnick. All-time hits leader, right up there. Can't do much better than that. Pete Rose. And then Adley Rutschman is the one right over by Chinmay over there. So the Baltimore Orioles starting catcher, and then Pete Rose. And then we also had a Lee Smith as well. Lee Smith, who unfortunately did not make the cut just because he was first at bat.
Yeah.
So we put Lee away just because of limited table space here. But great question there, Steven. Get yourself into that bat break. We have 7 spots left available in the single and the double. And again, the bat breaks are so great because the headliners prior to those 2 hits, and by the way, the ratios are still great.
Yeah.
Because for the baseball bats, now we are down to, was that 18 or 16, right? That was 16?
So 16. So we're now 14
and 21.
No, we're 13 because because Lee Smith was also a headliner.
13 and 20.
So 13 out of 20, yeah.
13 and 20 ain't bad.
Yeah.
Still over 60% chance.
Still 65% chance.
Yeah, 65%
at a headliner.
Chance. Yeah, very, very cool. So I wish that my NFL picks would be around 65% hit clip. That would be I might be able to do that as a full-time job. But it is time, ladies and gents. So get your pen and paper out and follow Chinmay and I into the debaucherous world of our weekly spread picks. We're getting ready for week 7, guys. It is a friendly competition, a gentlemanly match that Chinmay and I go through every week. Chinmay's 10-8. I'm 8-10. I'm coming off of a 2-1 week. Chinmay, even though he was in a different time zone as me, he still pulled out a victory. He won 1-2, but still up on the season total. As always, with me hosting, I'm going to toss things over to you, man. If you need a couple minutes to kind of take some time. All right, you're ready.
Good. Yeah,
you're
good.
Researched. All right, so take your time. Go ahead.
So we'll do something interesting this week because the Packers do in fact play the Cardinals. So we'll have that. So I'll say that neither of us will pick that game, but it'll be like a bonus pick. So we'll still see who covers the spread, and whichever team covers, you get like a bonus pick.
Okay, I like that.
Like
for next week.
Like if the Cardinals, no. Like if the Cardinals win, if the Cardinals cover, you get +1 on your spread.
But
you wouldn't get a -1 if they lost.
I got you.
And if the Packers cover, I get a +1.
So basically,
it's like a bonus pick.
Yeah,
like you can only get an additional.
It covers your loss. Yeah,
so,
I got you.
So that's what we'll do for Packers Cardinals because that's our allegiances here. So we won't pick that game as one of our official picks,
which is, by the way, 7.5 right now according to ESPN Bet.
On ESPN Bet. It was 7 at DK. Whatever. We'll say 7.5. Essentially the same thing. We'll say 7.5 because we don't do pushes. I'll say 7.5. Let's see.
Pushes do, by the way, they do count as a win.
Sure.
Pushes, in our case, they have counted as wins.
Okay, no, we'll do 7.5.
7.5.
We'll do half points.
We'll do officially 7.5.
We'll do half points.
And when we make these picks, it's official as of right now.
Yeah.
As of when we're doing
lines
this right
can change.
now.
This is probably going to be very stupid, but I do believe in the notion that players tend to sort of play harder after their coach gets fired.
Oh boy.
I do believe that they kind of want to prove that their coach was the problem.
Wow, you're really going out on a limb here.
So I'm gonna go Titans +6.5.
Wow.
Against the Patriots. Mike Vrabel coming down to Nashville. The weather is gonna be a little iffy. I'm gonna go with the Titans to cover plus 6.5 against the Patriots is my first pick.
So you're just, I would assume that your rationale, besides the inspiration for Brian Callahan getting the boot, is just it's going to be a slog of a weather type of game. It's like a 13-10.
I just don't think it's going to be all that great. And I do think the Patriots, even though they've won a few games, I don't know that they're as good as many people want them to be.
Real quick there, Alfredo, because I want to just continue to go through this there, because he was asking what's left in the practice squad. That's left available. We have 6 spots left in the practice squad single, 6 spots left in the double, my man. Robert's got his cover too, said everything is still left available. He is 100% right. Brett Favre on the jersey, Calvin Johnson on the mini, and then every single helmet here, left to right, from Rondé Barber down to Jim Kelly, are all still available with the slab Jalen Hurts card in the middle. Secondary headliners, Warren Over the Moon, Ricky Williams, and Frank Gore, all still available for you guys to dive into. So again, if we get this down to 3 by the time that Chinmay and I are done going through our picks, we will stay on until one of those get broken into and broken through. So still 6s and 7s across the board, guys. So looking to make some last second movement. You do not want to get sniped in the upcoming show with Chinmay and Rip. You don't want orders to come flooding in after the show stops. It happens way more often than you think. You don't want to possibly lose yourself out on a chance, especially when the ratios are as good as they are right now. With all of these headliners, 15 freaking headliners, man. I guarantee you after that first break goes, very good chance that it's just one less headliner that's going to go by the boards. So, all right, so Tennessee being the first one off the board. I was going to say that sounds like a bonus pick type of thing to me. That shocked me, but you know what? Look, I think that, the total's 42.5, right? If you're ever hovering around a 40 type of total, you're usually going to back the team that's getting the points on a low score. So that rationale I get. So, and you even preface by saying that it's stupid. Which, who knows? They could probably win outright. I mean, the NFL,
very possible.
I mean, I can't imagine the people that hammered, Buffalo on Monday night.
For sure.
Let's see what we got here. So speaking of, now, if I want to be the captain of stupidity, I would take a pick in the Miami and Cleveland game. Because that is, if Cleveland was like a pick 'em, I would actually lean Cleveland. I am leaning Cleveland. But I'm going to stay away from that. Jacksonville playing across the pond in London is basically a home game for them. It counts as a home game, but they play so many international games over there, they might as well just play over there full time. Bears favored by 4.5 at home against New Orleans. That looks pretty like an obvious pick to make. I just don't trust Chicago's defense. I don't. They're going to put up the points, but are they going to be able to cover that? Because that's a pretty big number, speaking of Kansas City. I'm going to look for a little bit. This team's going to look for some revenge this week because they have been really, really thrown off kilter. I'm going to take Philadelphia minus 2.5.
Yeah, I like that.
To cover on the road against Minnesota. I'm doing this based off of talent and experience. Carson Wentz is officially getting the start again for Minnesota. I just worry about if Jalen Carter plays and Kenyon Mitchell plays as well. If they get both of those guys back as a part of their defense, the offense is going to work itself back into shape. Saquon is not even averaging 4 yards a carry. We know what the problem has been in their passing attack. However, we know that Brian Flores with the Minnesota Vikings, their defensive coordinator, he likes to bring the heat. He's going to bring the pressure. I think that if you end up putting A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith in man coverage, I think that they're going to beat the brakes off of guys like Byron Murphy and guys like that, the corners from Minnesota. So I think that plays in favor of Philadelphia. The total for this is 43.5. I would also like the over in that game as well, just because of the fact that I think Wentz being turnover prone, I think that they can also get a lot of positive field position as well. I think that this is my lock. This would be a lock pick for me at minus 2.5. And I also like betting on good, talented teams after down weeks. So
makes sense. I'm not going to have a big, long explanation for this pick. I just think this team, over the last 2 seasons in these spots, they've always showed up when it looks like they will fold. I'm going to go with the Monday Nighter. I'm going to go with our guy, Baker Mayfield. Bucks plus 5.5.
Big show
against the Lions.
I like that.
And what will be one of the best games of the week.
Which, by the way, I think Chris Godwin and Bucky Irving are announced out. However, Emeka Egbuka is a game time decision.
Call. Yep.
He is a game time decision. So, any quick rationale, or are you just taking the points? Because
I'm just taking the MVP and the points.
The week 7 MVP so far. But
yeah.
We still, I think the talent level is there for him to really have his name on the ballot at the end of the year.
And the Bucks over the last few years with Mayfield have won these are the games that they've won.
Yeah,
like
true.
They beat the Eagles, they beat the Lions.
You've mentioned that before.
I think they went on the road and beat the Rams. Like these are the types of games that they tend to win. In the regular season, at least.
Correct. I'm sorry, does that say 9 o'clock game for Monday night? That's crazy. 9 Central is crazy. For Houston and Seattle. Looking across the board here, this is interesting. There's a couple of numbers that I like that if they were just a point up or down in another direction, I would hammer them home. But that's where I start to get some pause on this. Wow. This is why Vegas is good. They know what they're doing, man. They know exactly what they're doing. 3 spots left in the jerseys, Robert. Thank you, my man.
Yep.
Let's. I'm gonna get some pause on that. Put you guys back in here. 5 spots left in the practice squad. We got somebody getting that spot. Very, very nice. 3 spots left in the jerseys. I love it, guys. That's goal line red zone season. So appreciate it, guys. So you guys just bought yourself a little bit more time here. So we close this jersey breakout here, guys. We've already seen some legends in the jerseys so far today. So we've seen some great hits that have been available. Brett Favre, obviously Chinmay's favorite guy ever. The reason why he's here, probably. If you never saw Brett Favre throw a football, I wouldn't be sitting across from you right now. So,
probably.
Make sure to help both of us out. Get that last jersey spot here before we transition into the 3 o'clock show. So just as a quick recap, Tennessee +6.5, Tampa Bay +5.5 for Chinmay. I took Philadelphia on the road -2.5 here against Philly.
Against Minnesota.
Correct.
You have Philly.
I have Philly not playing against Philly, but if Philly loses, it's because Philly beat Philly. They did it to themselves.
Right.
So, man, this is really tough. I don't feel confident in this, but I'm going to bank that this guy is going to be out. I'm going to bank on Puka Nacua not being available.
He's out. He's already out.
He's already listed out. Okay.
He's already ruled out.
Rams favored by 3.5. I'm going to take Jacksonville with the points at +3.5.
Yeah.
I feel fairly confident about that, but again, anytime backing the Jaguars, there always has to be a little hesitation.
A little bit of an asterisk. With,
a little hesitation.
With every single pick.
They are a very, very turnover-heavy, dependent defense. For them to produce points on the board, positive field position, and stops. Matthew Stafford this year has been excellent at limiting turnovers. So if they're able to put Stafford in some 3rd down and long, 2nd down and long positions, I think that they can end up getting the points. Now, the total for this game is 44.5. We'll see how it is. London games are always tricky, time zone difference. But again, Jacksonville, it's their home away from home. And anytime that you're getting a field goal in your favor.
Yeah, by the way, that's going to be played at Wembley, outdoor venue. It is projected to rain a little bit in London over the weekend.
Possibly lower score type stuff. They're going to be a lot more ground and pound type games. So, I like that. So 3 out of our 4 picks so far, taking teams with points.
Yeah.
So let's go. Let's wrap that out. Wrap this boy up. So 2 spots left in the jerseys,
2 spots
guys.
left in the jerseys.
Yep, we're going to get this closed before Chinmay and I sign off. So who is going to go after the Dan Marino, the Terry Bradshaw, the O.J. Simpson, or the Mike Ditka, the coach? Get the jersey for the coach. Is Insalaco back in this series?
He is.
He wants that OJ bad.
He is.
He wants that orange juice really bad. He wants a freshly squeezed Simpson jersey. So help out our man Insalaco. See what he can get going on there. See what we got going on.
Last pick for me. I will go to what I think will be the game that has... it does have the highest total on the board.
Okay.
I do think it's going to go over. I think it's going to be absolute shootout. Both these defenses are bad. I'll take the Cowboys with the points. I'll take Dallas -1.5.
Okay. So Dallas 1.5.
Yeah. It's effectively a pick 'em.
54.5.
I would go. I think I'm leaning over on the total as well. I think it's going to be a crazy high scoring game.
Yep.
And I'll go with Dallas in that one.
Wow. Yeah. So Commanders again without Terry McLaurin.
McLaurin is out for the Commanders. CeeDee Lamb back for the Cowboys. I think that's enough to give Dallas the edge.
I mean, you want to talk about an MVP level performance? The record doesn't indicate that, but how about Dak Prescott? Oof. Dak is looking
great.
He's looking like rookie year Dak Prescott. Great. He's been phenomenal for Dallas so far. See Bob Boulay's comment there? You're gonna want to.
Well, my salary is probably worth more than that email. So I would say no. I would say don't tell him that. But it's very nice that UA is available in Nigeria. Nigerian royalty is able to view our shows.
You guys are our royalty here as the customers here at UA. But yeah, I mean, if we're reaching, that's how good the marketing is getting.
Yeah.
We're reaching all the way in Nigeria already. That's awesome, man. Get that international pub as I literally took a game that's going to be playing international this week. So I'm going to round this thing up, wrap up these spread picks, and I literally can't get my finger on a pulse of any of these games, man. This is not making me feel very confident. And we can't touch Packers Cardinals, not like I would want to. But I'll take the other Monday night game.
Okay.
So who knows? This week can come down to the last game between both of us. But this is the problem because I can really see an argument for either direction in this game, but. Give me Seattle -3.5.
Okay.
I really want to take Houston with the points. I really, because I think Houston can win outright.
Yeah.
There's an argument for that, but I do believe in Seattle's home field advantage. I think having the 12 behind him, Sam Darnold's been really good. Their running game is starting to get healthier again with Ken Walker and Zach Charbonnet, but it's been the defense. This is a matchup between two of the better defensive units in football. That's why the projected total is hovering around 40 right now.
Right.
So, but however, I do believe that the offenses are worlds apart right now. Seattle is just clicking better than Houston is. I have not seen enough. Now, Nico Collins is good to go.
Yeah.
But I do not see, until I see it from if they get anything out of the running game, Houston, then I think they'll cover, if not outright win. But if it's just going to be CJ Stroud dropping back 35 to 40 times, which they do not like to do, then that's going to be problematic for Houston. So let's get back into the break room one final time, guys. Are we going to have this Jersey break?
Jersey break has closed.
Jersey break is sold out. Great time to wrap things up here and get into our possibly is our last break of the show, guys. 5 spots up in the practice squad, 6 in the double for the practice squad. We got about 18 people tuning in, guys. 36 eyeballs out there, 35 if Mike Wazowski is there. 6 in the quad box for the Speed Flex series, 7 for the double box break in the diamonds. Speed Flexes have yet to be touched, and the baseball bats are both at 7 each. So gonna need one number for the jersey. Sweet. One number for the jersey.
It's between Brett and Ronnie.
Oh,
Brett has 7 spots. Ronnie has 1, so potential snipe opportunity. And I know, so Brett is a new customer.
Yes, he is.
And I'll just say, Brett, like in this situation, like you've already bought the 7 spots. And in this case, it's a little tough because you had bought 5 off the jump and then Ronnie bought the 6th. So it's a little tough for you. But if you've already bought the 7, like at that point, you might as well just buy the 8th and guarantee yourself the win.
Yeah.
Like I know in some breaks, like, you know, it's like $500 a spot. Maybe you don't have the juice for 8 spots. But if you've already bought 7 in the jersey, then it's just another $29 to guarantee yourself the win. That might be worth it for you to then jump in and get the 8 spot. I know it didn't work out this time because of the order, but just good to know going forward.
You know what we like to call that? It's called I don't even know what to call it. I literally had it on the top of my tongue. My brain totally just reset on me. I was going to say it's a learning experience.
Yeah.
Learning experience playing in the break room.
We still might win.
One of the first times.
I'm just saying, like there's a good chance that he'll still get something, but there's sniper potential here.
Very good likelihood that that's the case. Get my boy Anquan Bolden back in the fold there. But looking for one number between you two guys, Brett and Ronnie. You guys have both been very active in the chat today. 2 through 7, 11, 16, 17, 19 through 22, 27 through 29. I will check these because I got to update that 3. I think I took 3 off. It is. And then the ETN and Swift box, I believe I also updated. So that should be good, Chinmay.
Yeah.
I'll give you guys about another minute or two. Anquan flies back in. Anquan flies back out of the nest. Product cam. Let's see how well this is going to get put to use. Let's see how this 4K energy works. That's my chicken scratch. Also, our spread picks for the week between Chinmay and I. So +6.5 for the Tennessee Titans. Looking for that good karma energy from their new head coach, or interim head coach, at home against the New England Patriots. Road Warriors for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're 5-1, looking to possibly move to 6-1. But all Chinmay needs for them is to cover. They are getting 5 points against the Detroit Lions, who are trying to bounce back after a really tough loss in Arrowhead last weekend. At home, Dallas getting CeeDee Lamb back -1.5 for the Dallas Cowboys. Chinmay looking to continue his positive record, man. He is 10-8, and for myself, looking for some revenge action as well. -2.5. Brett Buddy, you said thanks for the heads up. We will definitely keep that in mind moving forward. Feel free to drop a number from the jersey numbers that we have down at the ticker. You are in this break, man. Practice is at 4 to go. Appreciate you, Mr. Hoffman. Good to see the practice squad continue to go down. Brett, let us know what jersey number, my man, that you see. It's going through the bottom of the ticker right now. 2 through 7, 11, 16, 17, 19 through 22, 27 through 29. So pick one of those numbers, and that is the jersey box that we are going to get for you, my man. So I had the Philadelphia Eagles trying to be Road Warriors, bouncing back from a tough week last week against the Minnesota Vikings. The Jacksonville Jaguars getting 3 points across the pond at Wembley Field, or Wembley Stadium, I should say, in London, playing the Los Angeles Rams minus Puka Nacua. And then the Seattle Seahawks at home, Monday Night Football, 9 o'clock Central Time, guys. East Coast, 10 o'clock. I can already hear the ESPN pundits that are going to be crying about the 10 p.m. game. They're going to have to stay up and cover. I can already hear that already. That's at 9 o'clock, man. That's kind of crazy, though, I will admit.
I'll be up for it.
I'll be up for it, too.
Fantasy football does some crazy things to you.
I mean, between fantasy, just the love of the game, if you're a fan of two popular teams like Houston and Seattle, like, I just don't seem to understand, like, does everyone in the nation go to bed before 9 p.m.?
I don't sleep until 10:30 anyway.
Yeah, 10:30, I'm not even getting ready. 10:30, I'm still out and about, man. Like, I'm probably still on the break on Tuesday nights here. I'm probably here until 11:30 midnight. So I don't even get home till after 1. For example, on Tuesday nights, Monday night.
Practice squad is closed out, so we'll do one practice squad as well.
All right, so we're going to do the wheel.
Before we head out.
We're going to do the wheel right now. It's noon in California. Yeah. Oh, I bet, Ronnie. I bet you are. All right, man. So let's do this thing. So I'm going to do the wheel here, Chinmay. This is for the jersey for you, Ronnie. One spot that you got. Brett's got 7 of them. Jersey number 12.
All right.
Let's see if we got jersey number 12 on the ticker. We do not. So 11.
Okay.
Be jersey 11. Let me see. I can get that. You got it? Sweet. Jersey number 11. Dan Marino. Terry Bradshaw. O.J. Simpson. Mike Ditka, the coach. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Then we're going to have that practice squad going around as well. Let's see what we have here. Good thing we did the picks, man. Waiting for the end. It kept us going for the practice squad.
Absolutely.
Ronnie and Brett. Ronnie, you're looking for the NFC South. I know you were looking for that OJ spot, man. That's going to be occupied by Brett as well as all the other spots. So you're going to be looking for an and more hit, my friend. Brett, you have spots in every single available headliner. That is what we are looking for. And we got a box prediction from Mr. Hoffman saying it will be DeCoach. Will DeCoach be in this box? So let's see what we have here. All right. So
Matthew McConaughey's in the box.
So Dennis, Matthew McConaughey's in the box. We'll get to that in just a second. Dennis's question: is there a Ultimate Autographs company policy in place that prohibits you guys from trading with customers? It's a
no.
Yeah, not necessarily, but when it comes to, like, for example, me and Louie are talking about not a trade necessarily, but just an exchange, for an item. That's a possibility, but that's something that has to be obviously approved and gone through. So
yeah, I would say like if you're trying to do something like an exchange with one of us, I think it has to go through like customer service and it has to go through like through the management just to make sure everything's kosher. But I don't think there's an explicit no bartering policy.
Correct, Mundo. So let's get to this jersey. You guys are wondering what's inside of it. What was the advice that you were giving Brett not too long ago?
If you're gonna buy 7, buy 8.
There's a reason why Chinmay is one of the most knowledgeable producers and co-hosts around.
Oh my God.
We got 2 snipers today. This is the second sniper. We had Jason Rosales earlier, and Ronnie Insulaco, all the way from the West Coast, is transferring down to the Bayou. He's going to get himself a Ricky Jackson New Orleans Saints autograph jersey, the NFC South Pole for Ronnie Insulaco against all odds. He says it's noon in California. He's still walking around doing something funky. Well, guess what, Ronnie? Ronnie, you can now cover yourself up with this Ricky Jackson jersey. A sniper hit for Mr. Insulaco. Ricky Jackson.
Get sniped.
You don't have to apologize at all to Mr. Jackson for this hit. The Super Bowl champion for the new San Francisco 49ers this last year that he was there. 8-time Pro Bowler, Hall of Famer. Outside linebacker. He actually led the league in forced fumbles 4 separate times. So you want to talk about a hidden gem? You got a hidden Hall of Famer. Very, very nice. You're not going to want to read Ronnie's most recent comment. He said, so it looks like, he said, you can give that to Brett. So, Brett, man, if you're out there.
Okay.
So if you want to do that as a trade, we can definitely do that. So
well, it'd be a gift, I think.
A gift. So it would be a gifted situation. You are correct. So
we can do that.
This is a situation, Doc. I'm not sure if you've seen this very often, but we can do gifts as well between customers and stuff like that. Also, if you guys want to gift stuff to us, obviously we do not encourage that. We do not ask for that. But again, that is also a possibility too. Thanks, Ronnie. Maybe I wanted a Ricky Jackson jersey. Ever think of that, Ronnie? Huh? Still though.
Thank you, Ronnie. That's very generous of you.
That is extremely generous, seriously. That's very nice. Awesome, Ronnie. Nice pull. So, Brett, if you saw that comment right above you, he's offering that jersey to you, man. So if we can get some official clarification on that, that could be an actual gift. But for right now, I'm writing it up for Ronnie.
No, write it up
for Brett.
Write it up for Brett.
Okay.
Because we'll just.
Matt Leinart football. Matt Leinart, baby, what a great. I wish he was better with the Cardinal for the Cardinals than he was at USC. I'll tell you that. Gift, thanks, appreciate it, Ronnie. You are a goat. That's how you welcome in a new guy into the break room. So
very generous, Ronnie. Thank you very much.
That's very nice of you, Ronnie. Seriously, man.
And I guess my advice does suck.
So let me ask you this here, because we have a couple different order numbers. It's not the same here for Brett. Which order number
just
should
use
I use
use the most recent one. So use 7-4.
7-4. Okay. Yeah. So Brett, buddy, this is.
Yeah, congratulations, Brett.
Christmas has come early, and it's in the form of Ronnie Insulaco. You know, he can't cover himself in a Jackson jersey. Hopefully you got a nice Santa. Hopefully you got a nice Santa suit laying around the house there, Mr. Insulaco, because you are gifting some stuff. Great win, Brett. There you go. Yeah, this is a nice first hit, man. I like the jerseys quite a bit.
Very solid.
Ricky. Way to go, Ronnie. Nice to see the kindness in this break room. Yeah, Den. A lot of kindness going on. So let's see. Oh, my apologies. Gotta actually. Right. I have not wrote a Brett Kelly ticket before, so. Sweet. Brett Kelly. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you very much, Ronnie. And I'll thank you, Brett, for being in here and participating in that. So, practice squad single. First one, baby. First one we got coming up onto this new bad boy. So, randomizer time. I'm going to ask for that box number right now. Let's see what we got going here. Brett is also in this series as well. Very cool. Wouldn't it be funny if now watch Brett win this practice squad and then he gives this practice squad gift to Ronnie, who's also in this practice squad series?
Could happen.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, could happen.
Now we would, instead of a gift, that would just be a trade. But
sure. Well, we don't need to go through the logistics.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying the irony of that would be pretty.
Yeah, it'd be
the
crazy.
irony of that would be funny. Be a very ironic thing. All right, so 7 times around, guys. So the divisions are going to be set, but I do need that number. But so you guys know what you're going to be looking for. Again, every photoed headliner, guys, is still available for the practice squad series. This is all still good to go for you folks.
Every box is available, too.
Every box is available. So the Brett Favre jersey, Calvin Johnson, Rondé Barber, Abdul Carter, Antonio Gates, AJ Green, Tim Brown, Devontae Adams on the Rams, DeMarcus Ware, Edgerrin James, and Jim Kelly with the Jalen Hurts slab. I have not seen a slab card at my time here at UA, so that'd be a nice first-time experience. 3, look who it is, Todd Meyer. What's going on, Todd? Skull Vikings, baby. Skull Vikings. I'm sorry I picked against your boys this weekend. Don't know if you heard. Don't know if you tuned in time to see that, but Fly Eagles Fly this weekend, Todd. So looking for number 3 to get us started in the practice squad. Todd, speaking of your divisions, my man, let's see what possibilities that you have to look at here. So you got yourself in the NFC North possibility. Thank you. NFC North possibilities, that Calvin Johnson mini. Also got yourself the NFC East and West. So the Devontae Adams, the Abdul Carter, also possibilities for you as well. The DeMarcus Ware for Todd Meyer. And he's in the AFC South, which is the Edgerrin James. So he's got a lot of headliner possibilities for Todd on this box caller magic that we got going on today. But when you get 15 headliners, Chinmay, get a lot of bites of the apple. Get a lot of chances. So real quick, do we have anything else that is particularly close?
Nope.
Okay, so this is probably going to do it, guys, unless we get some last-second action. So if you do
we'll do the chase wheel spin after this.
Correct. We'll do the chase wheel spin and do a last-second recap, get everything all sorted out. Oh, okay. I was like, this is shaped very odd. So let's see what we got here, guys. Good luck to everybody. Brian Smith in the NFC South. Brad Kelly, the newbie in the AFC North, the recently gifted newbie. Tony Gonzalez, the Hall of Fame tight end in the AFC East. And, of course, Ronnie and Sulaco rounding it out in the AFC West. See what we got here, guys. Feels like a mini. Hope it's a mini. Who knows? Could be something more. Could be something more. Okay. Let's see what we have here. So, saw this bad boy not too long ago. He's a legend on the West Coast. Todd Meyer is certainly going to be appreciative of this guy. One of the most talented running backs in NFL history. Just one of 4 guys, 1,000 receiving yards and 1,000 rushing yards in the same season. It's Roger Craig on the San Francisco 49er mini. Roger Craig going to Todd Meyer. So very, very nice. Second time that we have pulled ourselves a mini today. So excellent stuff there. So Mr. Craig popping out.
Yeah.
So good to see good old buddy Roger. Nice to see him there. So
his mini was he was the last mini in the mini series.
I did notice that. And the first mini in the practice squad. This has been a show of many firsts. I will be honest. But good first too.
Yeah. Very solid.
There's never such a thing as a bad mini. It's also my favorite type of Halloween candy as well. I get those little.
Oh, you're a big fan of the mini?
Yeah, I mean, I'm already oddly shaped as is, so I have to cut back on the king size bars. So we got to stick to the minis this Halloween season. But Todd Meyer, first time I think Todd today buying into a break.
Yeah.
First appearance for Todd Meyer, and as he does so very often, gets himself a dub. So. Way to go, Mr. Meyer. And that's going to probably bring us to the chase wheel spin, guys.
We'll do the wheel spin.
Yeah.
But Brett has brought out an entire jersey break. So we'll do the jersey. So we'll do the jersey break after we do the wheel spin.
Brett is hungry, and so
he wants a W. He wants a W.
Camelucci, baby. Welcome in.
I ain't here yet.
Welcome in, brother. Welcome in.
Brett wants a W.
Of course, Brett. Enjoy and welcome to the community. It's fun. Very, very cool. Mister, you missed Mr. Insulaco welcoming in the guy that just bought out the jersey break. Brett. Yeah, Mr. Insulaco.
That's Hadley. Very nice. It is.
Which one? The Pete Rose. Nice. Pete Rose bed, yeah, and the Adley Rutschman and the Bolden.
Truly Adley deeply.
Very, very cool there. Todd Meyer. Well, he took your advice.
He did.
He did take your advice.
He did.
So it must not suck that bad.
Well, it still might be bad. He took it though.
Well, there's a good chance that Brett is going to lose to Brett, but Brett could also beat Brett. So
it's all possible.
Anything is possible in this break room. All right, so we got to Craig and Favre there. Awesome job, guys. Very, very nice. Even better job to you, Brett. Love the hunger, love the determination, my man. So let's keep this.
We just need a number.
Let's keep this party going.
We'll do the wheel spin because I said we should do the wheel spin first.
Okay, sounds good to me. You need the names in there, or the names already in there?
Names are already in there.
Sweet, man. Thank you very much. The Chase wheel spin for today. We got a lot of them. A lot of bad boys in here. You guys can see the length of this thing. So let's see what we got here. So for those that are unfamiliar with the Chase wheel spin, folks, it goes like this. So you know that the dice roll today has been the number 7. You can see it right there on the screen. Whoever ends up with the top name in the randomizer after 7 spins is going to win UA credit, UA store credit back. We have 24 available names. Excuse me, I see a lot of different gentlemen across the board today. So let's see what we got here. 6 times it's been spun around, and Michael Arias is up top. Is he going to reign supreme? Is he going to stay put, or are we going to have a new king? And it's a dawn of the new day. It is Cosmic Karma. He gives away a jersey. He wins back some credit. It's Ronnie and Sulaco who is going to get the UA store credit. So if you don't believe in universal karma, you have to believe in break room karma.
Oh, it exists. So I believe in both.
Let's see what Ronnie gets here. Hey, is Trout or Ortiz still in the bats? Hey, Todd.
Both of them.
Oh, Todd.
Both of them are still available.
You know what, Todd? Just for you, I'm going to go through the bad headliners one last time so I can just have an excuse to talk about baseball one more time. But we still have David Ortiz, Mike Trout, as Chinmay just mentioned, Albert Pujols, John Smoltz, Ichiro Suzuki, Alex Rodriguez, Carlton Fisk, Jim Thome, Fred McGriff, Todd Helton, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and Chase Utley as photo headliners with Jonathan Papelbon is the secondary headliner. And then we have Pete Rose, Adley Rutschman, and Lee Smith that have been pulled over the course of the show. So, Ronnie, let's do this thing. How much is going to Mr. Insulaco? Number 38. Number 38, my first baseball number that I ever had.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what's really weird? My dad always said that I was destined to be a Cubs fan, just based on the fact that Carlos Zambrano's number, very popular pitcher at the time, was 38. And my first ever T-ball team, of course, was the Chicago Cubs. But we did everything we could to make sure to avoid that tragedy. So Todd said, thanks. You're welcome. You're welcome, Todd. Love the questions, my man. All right.
38.
So 38 going to Mr. Insulaco. Right. And then just the jersey, which is ready to go. Beautiful. Thank you, Chinmay. Gonna need one jersey number, Brett, or the wheel. Whenever I get your attention, my man, feel free to let me know. Looking for one jersey number for you. Awesome day, man. Really cool day.
Been a great day.
How many breaks have we done overall?
We'll continue to do more fun stuff here in the 3 p.m. hour, 3 p.m. show with Rip and I. But it's been a nice return. It's been a nice return to the UA break room for me.
Heck yeah, it has been. You got yourself a little story time action. You got this. Hopefully the spread picks turn around. Yeah, no, we got. I mean, across all sports. I mean. We got the Josh Allen speed flex in the last show. We got the Anquan Bolden, my baby Bolden right here. I'm sorry I'm going to have to leave you. I'm going to have to fly out of the bird's nest for a little bit, but I'll be back. It's okay. I'll be back soon. But yeah, really fun stuff. I'll give that a couple seconds left for Brett. I'm going to hop back into the practice squad. I'll show you guys the practice squad. Why not? The rest of the break page. 7 spots left, guys, in the single box break for the practice squad. We just ended up doing a break for that. So we have 29 spots left overall in the practice squad series, 7 spots left in the single, 6 in the double. Jerseys are, again, they just got sold out, so that's going to be re-upped and ready to go. Should be for you guys. 6 spots left in the quad and the speed flex, and 7 in the double box break for the diamonds. 6 spots still available in the speed flex series in the single, 8 in the double, 8 spots in the diamond single. Somebody got into the double box for the baseball bats. Appreciate that. That is down to 6, and then 7 to go in the single baseball bat series. So, Brett, gonna go with the wheel for you here, buddy. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Gonna get yourself this, hopefully a fancy, nice jersey for you here. So, let's see what we can get for you. And away we go. It's gonna be a high one. And we're gonna get the GOAT man. Gonna get a Michael Jordan number, baby. 23 on the jersey. 23 for me. So I don't think
23 is not available, but 22 is.
22 is, yeah, I was just gonna say. So go for my baseball number for Insulaco, or my first baseball number for Insulaco, to my baseball number after that, which was 22 the rest of the way for Clayton Kershaw. He's my favorite pitcher growing up. My favorite pitcher who will never pitch again. I am sad. Well, hopefully he can go out on top.
Hopefully he can go out with another World Series title.
That's the only time you'll ever hear me on air root for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Okay. Not that I have any gripes against the Dodgers. They're too damn good, man. They're just too damn good. All right, Brett, here you go, buddy. You are going to be competing with Brett Kelly. Brett Kelly across the board. Brett Kelly against Brett Kelly on Brett Kelly on Brett Kelly. Not going to say that 8 times fast. Just did. Here you go, man. Or you already got yourself that Ricky Jackson New Orleans Saints jersey gifted by the legend, Mr. Insulaco himself. And this is a nice continuous theme of throwback action here. So we just had a guy, and Ricky Jackson, who was a stud in the 80s. And now we're going to be going back to around the same time period, but about a decade prior in the 70s, Chinmay. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a 6-time Pro Bowler, 1-time Super Bowl champion. We got him on one of the prettiest jerseys that you will find in football history. Brett, this is a great start to your collection, man.
Ooh.
It's Curly Culp. Curly Culp, Hall of Fame class of 2013. If you don't believe me, it's right there on his signature.
Oh, you got an inscription too. Yeah, that's great.
The inscription is great. Awesome, awesome signature for Mr. Culp. We talked about him being a great nose tackle for the Kansas City Chiefs, the Houston Oilers, and the Detroit Lions. So very, very nice there for Mr. Culp. So 2 jerseys going your way today for Brett Kelly. Awesome stuff, and a heartwarming way to wrap things up here for the 12 o'clock show. So unless we got any last-second movement anywhere else.
No, we're good. We're good.
So it's going to be AFC South. Curly Culp. I never expected us to have so many Houston Oilers memorabilia until I started working here.
They just keep them coming.
I was gonna say, like, I remember when I first started, I was
because a lot of the Titans players also sign on the Houston memorabilia.
All right.
Sometimes even the Texans players sign on the Houston memorabilia.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Sweet. Oh, yeah, I've seen that with Eddie George, actually, a couple of times. We've seen Eddie George a lot here. So it says the jerseys are still sold out, by the way. If you want to just update that real quick. So they're not still sold out, Robert. Thank you for the update as always, my man. Again, everything's pretty wide open across the board, guys. I'm going to toss things over to the one and only Rip Camelucci. He's hiding outside. He's waiting to make an entrance into the host chair here for the 3 o'clock hour. We had some awesome stuff, man. Go across the room today.
Some really great stuff.
Let's stick with ranking our baseball bats today. So I'm not going to bring Mr. Smith back out. He's tucked away. But we got Pete Rose up there, Adley Rutschman in front of you. What was your favorite bat, 3 to 1?
I think from an aesthetic standpoint, I like Adley. But in terms of actual memorabilia, I got to go with Pete.
Yeah, I think that's one of the most obvious end of the show type of recap favorites that we're going to have in quite some time, to be honest with you. So Charlie Hustle for me gets number 1 as well. I'm actually going to go Adley too for the aesthetics and because Lee Smith was a Cubs hit. Sorry, Lee. I respect you and your Hall of Fame closing abilities, but the team that you played for in the Cubs, not so much, my friend. Got to keep it real here at Ultimate Autographs, but you guys kept it real this entire Saturday morning and afternoon, Chinmay and I. You guys made it a blast. You guys attacked so many different series. You kicked butt in the Diamonds this morning. We got a little bit of the practice squads, which is going to be set up great for Rip and Chinmay going forward. And then obviously the Bats. The Bats stole the show all day today. Made my heart happy. We got an Anquan Bolden. We got a Brett Favre jersey. Chinmay and I couldn't be happier with the results, and it's all thanks to you guys at home. Again, we're going to step away for about the next 30 minutes or so. Rip Camelucci is going to be taking my spot here. Chinmay is still going to be with you guys going forward. Any final thoughts at all before we get our last sign off?
No, let's keep this momentum rolling in the 3 p.m. show.
Love, he said, see you guys later. Appreciate you, Mr. Hoffman, as always. We will catch you guys at a different time for Chinmay and I together. It'll be next Saturday. Same time, same place, 9 a.m. at 12 p.m. Always keep in mind, at Ultimate Autographs, 9, 12, 3, and 6 every day, except for Fridays. We got our After Dark show as well. But you can catch me again tomorrow for 3 shows, the 9, 12, and 3. I'll be here all day with the one and only Alex Needling as we break down all of the Week 7 action and all of the fun that's going to be going on then. So, guys, thank you so much again from wherever you might be tuning in from, and we will catch you in about the next 30 minutes.